We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat, because we touching on facts, and plus we up in these hats. It's Knicks Real Talk, and we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball, cause no matter how far the stars we see all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The cat lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift, cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Knicks Real Talk, and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit, and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Knicks Real Talk, and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit, and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute, 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 man. What's good? Friday night. Knicks, we in the building, man. Knicks Real Talk, we in the building. Knicks Shot Powers on the recap, man. Knicks, Minnesota last night. Get into all that, break all that down at that wonderful game we see last night. A lot to get into, man. Real beautiful game. So we're going to get into all that, break all that down, man. Salute everybody out there. Hope y'all having a good Friday, man. Great start your weekend to get it popping right now before y'all go out there and have fun, get in here with us and have some fun and get it popping and talk about this Nick master class last night before I go any further, because you know I'm amped to be my partner in the building, man. Shop Howard, what's good, my man?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yo, salute to the fam up in the chat. D Fresh in the building. John McDonald, Fabian, Daniel, Darren. Salute to all you guys. Coach, what's good, my man? Wonder Woman, good to see you. Sister, what's good? What's good? Man, like I said, man, what a beautiful game last night. Shot Powers, Knicks went up to the Target Center, Minnesota, put down the beat down. Put the beat down last night. That was beautiful basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy that they went out there and did what they had to do, because it seemed like everything we talked about, Shot Powers, and that pregame last night came to fruition. Damn near everything we talked about, the way the game was going to be played, the way that the certain styles and matchups and all this, and it worked out to perfection. And so salute to the New York Knicks. Tom Thibodeau out-coached my man. He did something that was really interesting to me. Shop I want to talk about later on that he did. I think was impressive and might not really get noticed, but I got to give him flowers for what he did. But anyway, man, give me your thoughts on the game, my man. How you feel about it? I know we was texting back and forth a little bit, but that was beautiful basketball though for Shop Powers.
Yeah, man. You know, it is something. It is something to see when you root for a team and they starting to get it together. So you feel more enthused about watching the games and seeing the games and stuff like that. And the Knicks really just laid it out last night. And I mean, at first we thought, you know, when it first started, you seen Julius Randle getting hot and getting, you know, he was getting it on and he was really knocking the shots down. And after that, first half, he got shut down. We put the abatement on him. We put the Crime Stopper on him. We put the Rikers Island correction officer on him. In the Bing, we put him right in the Bing. And OG went out there and performed a beautiful game in the second half, and really put the pressure on Julius Randle last night. And it was a good sight to see. And one of the big things that I really appreciate is the play from Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges really came in and did what he needed to do yesterday. So it was an all-around good game. But my play for the game for me was Deuce McBride. Once we took Precious out the lineup, and Deuce got in there, and he started affecting the game by scoring and playing hellified defense. That's when the lockdown really started.
Yeah, real talk. Overall, man, for me, that was what I was going to talk about. But I'm glad you brought it up about that, because I really thought that the certain guys came and changed that whole game around, and we just had an awesome display out there. And but to me, Precious Achiuwa, unbelievable. You know what I'm starting to notice, and I'm glad. I'm hoping a lot of other people start to notice. That's why you notice down here on Knicks Real Talk, me and Shy Powers never get too high or too low, no matter what time of the season it is when it comes to basketball. We never on that Knicks should fire this guy, the Knicks should trade this guy. That's not even what it's about. So now you see why when your team get healthy, when they get the players they need back, what they can become. And this is what we thought they was going to become. Pressure Chua made a big difference because the Knicks grabbed 57 rebounds. We get into that when we go into the box scores and the stats. But all I'm saying, all I have to say is that, once your team get healthy, ladies and gentlemen, and then you got more bodies to throw out there, you have more ways you can start using your style of play. See, Tibbs was limited. Now that he got guys back, now he can start doing different things, running different schemes, running different lineups, doing this and doing that because he got the bodies. And I say all that to say real quick was because we talked about in the pregame last night, if Josh Hart don't play, and what did we say? Throw Precious Achiuwa out there because of the rebounding. Precious Achiuwa put up Josh Hart numbers last night. We did this without Josh Hart, and the guy that we put in his place gave you Josh Hart numbers, 13 and 10. So, things like that was to me is why, it's a long season. We got a long way to go. But pump the brakes on like we need to get this, we need to do that. You need to fire Tibbs. We need to no. Basketball's a long season. You got to have the bodies to play the game. You don't got your bodies in there. And another prime example, real quick, we get back into the show. I don't want to get off course. Now you see why them young guys have to wait their turn. Every time the young guys coming in cleanup time, they give up the lead. And I respect Tibbs because Tibbs, when Mikal wasn't popping early in the year, ladies and gentlemen, Tibbs set Mattel down. But you know what he did last night? In garbage time, Cone Daddy wasn't playing well. He snatched him out of there. That's why we brought Tibbs in, because he's accountable. He hold people accountable. And I was so happy when I seen that. I'm like, okay, Daddy ain't my guy. But right now, even in garbage time, you playing like ass. I don't know if he was tired from playing in Westchester or not. But Tibbs said, nah, I'm taking you out of there because you wasn't handling your business. That's the mark of a good coach. So I'm really happy, Shot Power, the way I've seen a lot of things. But I think I want to get to real quick is what I was telling you about why I said the key to the game. I think you touched on a little bit. Julius Randle, 21 points in the first half on Precious Achiuwa. Tibbs said no. Come out in the second half. Anunoby, you get Randle 3 points in the second half. 21 in the first, 3 in the second. Because he said when we went in the locker room, okay, Anunoby, you go on Randle in the second half, shut him down. And on top of that, he already had shut down Edwards in the first half.
Thanks.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I thought he was the most impactful player of that game, because I thought they two best players, he shut both of them down. One in the first half and the other one in the second half, along with all the other help. You know what I mean? But salute to Anunoby, man. That's why you gave him the money you gave him, just like they gave Rudy Gobert that $200 million when they first did because of his defense. Well, that's why we gave Anunoby his money, because he impacted that game big time, and he had small. He was plus 28 with 9 points, so that was good. But Shot Power, that just was a master class, man. A lot of things we could talk about. I just want to get Tibbs the flower because he made some adjustments there, like you said. Deuce Bride came in, did what he had to do. I thought they played phenomenal, man. The ball was moving, it was clicking around, and obviously Cat went back there and do what Cat do. Overall, was an impressive game, man. So I'm happy about all that, man. But before I go any further, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Giles G was good. John McDonald, Doug Fresh, my man Ron was popping, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Know the legend building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Real talk. And Darlene, the Queen, was good. Salute to everybody. Wonder Woman, like I said earlier. Everybody, man. So Coach was good. Everybody, man. Salute to all y'all, man. But it was a great game last night. I was happy to see where it went, Shot Power, for sure.
Yeah, 97 shots the Knicks took last night, and they hit 50 of them. Go figure. You know what I mean? Almost 40 assists last night, over 50 rebounds last night. This is what the Knicks, this is what the New York Knicks fans is waiting to see from the beginning of the season. This type of game that we seen last night is what we've been waiting to see, and we see it in spurts against a couple of teams. The Knicks. This is not the first team that the Knicks has done this to this year, but this is the most recent team. And we also talked about Tom Thibodeau having a couple of days off to really get the team back in line of what they're going to do and how they're going to work the defense. and he came out with it excellent. They started a little slow, but once the offense started picking up in that first half, in that first quarter, once the offense started picking up, I think we were down 2 points, and we were getting beat by 7, and then we went into, after the first half, I think it was 34-32. After that, after that it was as cool sailings after that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's exactly what we needed to see last night. The defense executed itself well, and everybody contributed yesterday that stepped on that court, even in the garbage time when the guys got in there at the end of the quarter, that last 8 or 9 minutes or so. Even them, even to Pattier, he didn't look good. He got pulled out, but at least he got on the court.
yeah.
Only person I didn't see on the court out there was Obi. I mean, was Jacob. You know what I mean? And I wonder why they holding him back. Maybe he might have some ailment or something like that. Because I just think that well, we'll talk about that a little later on.
Yo, real talk. Yeah, I'll get you. And man, listen. And like I said, in the pregame show, we talked about having that stretch 5 dude. I mean, we talked about having the stretch 5 dude. And we had a stretch 5 there last night. He went out there, took their big man, brought him out to the outside by the 3-point line, had the lanes open up for everybody else. That's the reason why we went and got that young man, for this very reason why a lot of other people got guys like that, whether it be Jokic, whether it be Davis, whether it be Porzingis. We went and got a dude who do what they do, and he do it damn well. I mean, literally, he do it well. So that's the reason why we went out and acquired this man. Like I said, I never was one to buy and all that crazy stuff that people talk about for just because negative sale. I knew what this cat was about from day one when he came out of Kentucky. I knew he was good. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't want to recognize that, but this cat is legit. He changed the dynamic for the Knicks. He's a very skilled player, and we always knew that. At least I know I did. You know what I mean? That dude is in another league when it comes to skill from a man at his size and his stature. Intelligent, smart, gifted, got game. And he put it on display last night in front of his home crowd, but that's the only place he did it. He's been doing it all year. So, Shot Powell, I think that was the key to the game, having Rudy Gobert, pull Rudy Gobert out to that 3-point area, to open up them lanes and all that. And the way the Knicks is moving the basketball with the assist numbers, they crisp with it. They doing the damn thing. They unselfish. And it showed, man. We done took down 2 of the top defense in the league in the last week and a half. Orlando and these dudes. We took Orlando out, gave them the business, top 3 defense, top 4 defense right here last night. Not last night. We beat both teams by 30. Couldn't have been worse than that. We wouldn't have put them our backup guys with 9 minutes left in that game or something like that. We had them by damn near 40. We went out there and beat these dudes with Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Mike Conley from a defense perspective, and gave it to them. And I just think that you got to give the Knicks their flowers. Them boys got a good team down there in New York. They built something. Now they're getting healthy, Shot Power. So I just thought that was a beautiful game to be on national TV. And like you said, everybody contributed last night. Everybody got to play who needed to play. But that's just all about getting healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, when Landry Shamet get back, it even gets better because now we got another body who could do something with the ball. Precious Chua, he might couldn't handle Randall too much on the defense. Not too many people could handle Randall unless you spectacular like Anunoby. But that brother snatched down Josh Hart numbers last night, 13-10. 13-10. And them Josh Hart numbers this year. So that just told you how deep this team is, that you could lose a Josh Hart, you could bring in a guy and get the same numbers. Rebounding numbers and the score numbers. So it's good to see, man. So I just think Tim did some good lineups. I think we talked about what he had. Jericho Sims in there. I know when you hit me up with that, I'm like, for real. That's it. And then he had Cat. The two, we got bigger. You know what I mean? These guys got healthy. We got bigger. And I think it showed improved last night for sure.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? We talk about it all the time. Oh, why we can't put Hucker Purdy? Why Sims? Well, we seen it last night. Sims and Cat was on the court together at the same time, on the same with same minutes in the game. It is we a lot of fans really underestimate what Tom Thibodeau does sometimes, and with fault I also say some things that I would would probably tweak a little bit or something like that, or criticize him, or critique him a little bit about. But overall, man, this guy is making this team. This team is number 2 in win percentage right now. I mean, number 2 in the league right now, man. This is big things, man. He's really put this team together, and they're starting. And the best thing about it is, if you're a New York Knicks fan and you've been watching the Knicks since Tom Thibodeau has took the reign as being the head coach, we don't start getting hot to right around now, end of December going into January. You know what I mean? Right before the trade deadline. So we got some things that, we got a couple of games that's coming up. That are some big games that are winnable. Every game the Knicks get in now is winnable. I remember years back, I said this probably one time on our show, that before you used to watch the Knicks and you'll fall asleep on the game, especially if the Knicks will lose about 15, 20 points. You'll be like, all right, I'll see if they win. I see if they'll win. If they get the win in the newspaper in the morning, or I'll check whatever. This team, you can't do that to. This team got a fighting chance every time, every 5 minutes left in the game. They have a chance to come back with that prolific offense, and if they lay down the defense. And the one thing that's happening now is the defense is starting to catch up with the offense. And boy, oh boy, when we're top 5 in offense and top 10 in defense, boy, oh boy, man, this team is going to be really, really, really. But nobody's going to want to play the Knicks. Nobody's going to. We make April, May. Nobody's going to want to play the Knicks the first round. Nobody's going to want to see the Knicks. Be like, nah, man. Let me get in the East, and let me go. We go do Atlanta, and I'll take Milwaukee. I'd rather go. Let me go play Boston. I'd rather go play those guys. We got a better chance against them, not this team. And soon to come, we then had a couple of spurts already of 5-game wins. Next time we get a win streak going on, it's going to be multi wins, I believe, 10, 11, 12 in a row. And I mean, I got this team. What I really want the team to be around in losses is 25 games, because that'll make what I think that 57 wins for them to win. You know what I mean? And if they continue doing what they're doing, we're gonna be right there wholeheartedly. It's gonna be a lot of teams that be like, I don't want to play them Knicks tonight, man. Them Knicks they bruises, they come down, they beat you up, they play the offensive rebounds. I mean, defensive rebounds. We're 4th in defensive rebounds. We're 8th overall in the league. You know what I mean? That's numbers that we had last year. You know what I mean? And true shooting percentage was 6. True shooting percentage. The New York Knicks is 6th in the NBA. These numbers that I'm mentioning right now, I don't remember. I remember some good teams. I rock with the LJ crew. I rock with the Ewan crew. I rock with the Spreewell and all of those other teams, man. Carmelo. All of those teams, man, but I haven't seen a team this well put together. I don't even think I ever seen a team this well put together in offense since I've been watching the Knicks.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, man, and we've been doing this for, me and you've been doing it together for 2 years or something like that, and 3, and you've been watching New York Knicks basketball a long time. I get Knicks fans. I get it, Knicks fans. I really do. We've been suffering so long that no matter what we do, Knicks fans is never going to be satisfied. Can't accept the results. Ladies and gentlemen, this fucking team is good. I don't care if you know basketball, if you got an IQ and you know basketball. Just forget the Knicks. If you know basketball, you know pretty much the nuances of the game. You know this and that, coaching philosophy. Players. Well, how can you not say this team? I don't care if this wasn't the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. They are a top team in the NBA. I cannot say it enough. They got skilled players at every position. It doesn't matter if it's the Knicks or not. This could be the fucking Celtics. It could be the Charlotte Hornets. If they got if these players are on them teams down there, then you know what we got to say? They got a good ass damn team. So why can't they just be good in New York? The Knicks is a good team, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you don't like them or not. Even if you're not a Knicks fan, a Knicks fan that's not a Knicks fan will bear witness that the Knicks is a good team. I hear people all the time about Power say, man, your Knicks playing some damn good ball this year. And they're not even Knicks fans. We got Knicks fans in our own stratosphere, still don't get these cats their flowers. Ain't nobody. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If you've been watching basketball for many years and you watch basketball, the Knicks is gonna be a problem because they got talent and they know how to play and they know how they well coach. And nobody, I don't care if you Jeff Van Gundy, I don't care if you Pat Riley. They ain't won nothing for the Knicks. Only person who won something for the Knicks is Red Holzman. Tom Thibodeau is in the class where any other Knick coach, because none of them won nothing yet. Not even Pat Riley. And he had teams with Patrick Ewing and them. Tom Thibodeau is coaching the shit out this team, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because he got talent now. He got talent. You know what I mean? So I just say all that to say, you know, it's no, if you are a true Knick fan, you should be happy about what you're seeing right now. After the 8, 12, 20 years, we done been in fucking purgatory. You should be ecstatic about the squad we got going on there. We got 2 top NBA players like any other team. I will put Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns up against any duel in the NBA, period. And the numbers don't lie. Any duel. I don't care. You can say KD, Booker. You can say Tatum, Brown. You can say, I don't give a shit, Luka. You got to put them 2 boys up there. So, and they got a supporting cast around them just as good as any other team in the NBA. You tell me Anunoby and Mikal Bridges ain't good as any other second or third player on any team in the NBA. Any team. Pick them. You can go around the whole NBA right now and pick any team and tell me that Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns is not one of the top duels in the NBA. And you cannot tell me their supporting cast is not one of the best in the NBA. Mikal Bridges is all he good at what he do. Anunoby is good at what he do. Josh Hart is very good at what they do. That's why we 17-10, and we was one of the most, we've been injured coming out of the gate, Shop Howard. So I'll say all I say is just give these boys their flowers, man. That's all. Just give them their flowers. I told y'all, Knicks could beat anybody, but they won't beat everybody.
Right.
They won't beat everybody, but they could beat anybody. Shit, nobody going on the field. But I'll tell you what, wait till Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson get back. We've been saying this. Me and Sean Powell have been saying this from day. I don't want to hop the chat. I'm going to go to the subject, but I just want to get this point across. Me and Sean Powers, and I'm quite sure other Knicks fans too, we said wait till the Knicks get healthy and they get their bodies back. Because your team get deeper. They get deeper. That means they deep now. They not have to play guy a lot of minutes because them dudes, them young boys is not ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to tell you, Haka Purdy and all of them is not ready for what the Knicks trying to go for. They got to wait their turn. But Sean Pop, I say all this here. I hope the Knicks don't even make a trade. Just let Mitchell Robinson and Shamet get back. I'm ready. I don't care if the Knicks don't even make a trade. If Mitchell Robinson come back and Shamet come back with this team, we don't need to do nothing because our defense will be even more better. We still got a little bit more offense power. So I'm excited about it, man. That's why I'm giddy about it because, you know, we just got to, you know, you got to just recognize real. This team is good, Shop Powers. You know, they went up and beat some of the best teams. I don't hear all this shit about they ain't nobody healthy. Them dudes were healthy last night when we beat the shit out of Denver 145-111. The only person they was missing was Aaron Gordon. But see, everybody forget we was missing players too. That's what disappoints me about a lot of Knicks fans. They always talk about, oh, we ain't playing nobody who did no, but ain't nobody playing. But we was that too. We missed Achua, Shamet, and Mitchell Robinson. So just like a lot of other teams, when we play them, they ain't got their best guys. Shit, we ain't have ours neither. Or some important guys, I read to say. So that's why we got to get these Knicks flowers, Shop Powell. And I really believe that, you know, we on to something. This team about to get it popping, man. It's going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs. And I got a feeling the Knicks, they got a team that can make it all the way to the finals. They got a team to win it all. Not saying they're going to do it, but they got the talent once they get healthy to go all the way to the finals. And I believe they're going to be on that quest to do it. I think they got that squad right now. I really like this stuff right here, for real.
Yeah, it is no question about that, man. And you know, I don't even know what to say to you know some Knicks fans. It's hard to debate with them about how good this team is. You know, and you know, sometimes it's it's easier to say, are you a real Knicks fan, than debate about what you're beefing about. You know what I mean? Are you a real Knicks fan? Are you watching the same game that I'm watching? Are you watching this stuff? Are you watching this? With a third lowest turnover team in the league right now. We're sixth in field goal percentage right now. We're eighth overall in assists this year. You know what I mean? It's just so many stats that you could just sit and just read off, and it's just crazy. You know what I mean? And you know, I said last night the stupid stat last night. Right now, a stupid stat is Karl Anthony Towns right now is rebounding 14 rebounds in a game, the most since Shaquille O'Neal. And I mean, 14 rebounds a game. I mean, averaging 14 for so far for the season. Those are big numbers right there, man. This guy was in Minnesota last year. He still was getting double-digit rebounds, but now is even more prolific because he is the soul. He has Randall was averaging about 10 to 11 rebounds last year. He is superseding that already. He's already superseded that. You know what I mean? His game last night, 30 plus points, 20 point rebounds, 5 for 5 from the 3-point land. That's one of the best in the league ever. You know what I mean? I mean, what else can you say, man? With how many shots he put up? 12? Come on, man. Come on. Mikal Bridges is starting to go over the screens, go under the screens, getting blocks, 6 rebounds, 6 assists last night. Big numbers now, man. Over since Mikal has been kind of like benched that was it I forgot what game it was. When he got benched, ever since then, the month of December, this guy is averaging 21 points a game. This guy, I mean, it says numbers. It says numbers. When you put the numbers to the things, and then you can't realize, you know, it is always the numbers don't lie, but sometimes they stagnate a little bit, or sometimes they sway a little bit, or something like that. So I understand the pendulum can swing a little bit, but directly, these numbers are phenomenal. What the New York Knicks did. The Knicks shot 97 shots last night, hit 50 of them. Let that sink in, man. Let that sink in.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks gonna lose 10 or 15 more games. It's not even about game. It's not about the game. It's not about the game, because they're gonna lose more games than this. The one last night game we knew who the Knicks were before this game came on last night. Shit, I knew who they were before. I knew who the Knicks were before the season started. Because I knew what they assembled. It wasn't about last night or any other night. That don't define the season. Knicks didn't build this shit for the regular season. The Knicks players play in the regular season to get to the pinnacle. So this is just like a precursor to what's coming up in April. You work these 82 games to get your team in a certain type of mode, so when they get to the playoffs, they in their mode. That's what the regular season is about. You don't get accolades for this shit, but when it does let you know how good your team is. That's all it is. Shit, the Knicks can lose to the Westchester Knicks one night for all I give a fuck. But when it gets to April, May, and June, that's when you want to really say when it counts. So what I'm saying is, it's not even about this. Ain't even about last night, Shot Power. Because I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen anyway. We knew this was going to happen before the game started. They matchups, their team is not better than the Knicks. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Their team is not better than the Knicks. That's the bottom line. And it ain't too many teams got a start a 5 like ours, and our bench getting better. That's why I'm just dealing with the numbers. Knicks got the top 3 defense in the December in the NBA. And,
right.
And in November, we was 26.
Facts.
In October, we dropped down to like 22. Ladies and gentlemen, in the NBA, 30 teams, we're the 3rd best defense rated team in the NBA right now. So what that tells you, we getting healthier. Our players learning each other. The system is working. They starting to get comfortable, and they playing basketball, and they getting healthy. That's all. And what, like any other team, shit, watch when Orlando get healthy. They gonna be nice.
Facts.
Orlando get their player back. They're gonna be nice. Any ball club, when you lose certain players that makes your team better, you're not gonna be that good. So watch a lot of other teams. They gonna be nice too. So you got to give them the same respect you give the Knicks. Give Knicks the same respect you give them team. Everybody talking about, we beat them without Banchero. They beat us too without our player that's important to our roster that makes our team better. That's how the NBA goes. When we beat KD and them, of course, if KD was there, we might have lost the game. That's not the point. But when the teams that don't have any players, we whooping their ass though. It ain't like we beating about 2 or 3 points. The teams that don't got some of their key players, we beating these dudes by 30, 27, 30, 35. You know what I mean? So it's not like we ain't doing what we're supposed to do. Now with them other players here, you could have won the game, or it could have been more tighter, or it could have went either way. But child power is not the point. The New York Knicks right now in the NBA is 17-10, 9-6 on the road, and they had one of the hardest schedules in the association in the first quarter of the season.
Right.
Cleveland, they had a schedule. Cleveland had a cakewalk, but guess what? Cleveland got to play the Bucks tonight. You know what I mean? Now their schedule going to start getting tough. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. Ain't nobody reigning the Knicks as champions. I'm not putting the Knicks as champion, but I know they can get there. I'm not reigning them as no champions. Shit, Knicks can fuck around and get beat in the first round. It can happen. But I tell you right now, for the way this team is assembled, now they're getting healthier. They're getting bodies. They can rest players. Tom Thibodeau, Shaw Powell can do different schemes now. You know, because he got more chef to work with. If you got more pieces on the chessboard, the chances of winning the game more because you got more pieces. If you lose your pawn, you lose your rook or your whatever, then your chess game might be weak. So for like Knicks and a lot of other teams, like Orlando, they lost to 2 of their chess pieces. Their game is weak. That's why they losing. Right? Well, that's what we was going through. We came out the gate, Shaw Powell without Mitchell Robinson, who was a big part of his team. President Chua is the big part of the team. He showed it last night, right? So imagine we'd have had Pressure Tour from the season beginning. Maybe our rebounding numbers would have been better. Maybe we would, and maybe we would have had Shaman. Maybe this would have been better. So now we getting the pieces back. Now you see why it's all working. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is real talk. Yeah, the numbers don't lie. They're a better team. Now I think this team going to be dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be a dangerous team, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, Shaw Powell, the Burning, and have a great game last night and didn't need it. But
and Divine, he did have a good game because he got the ball moving, man. He had what he had eight. How many assists he had last night? 7, 8, 9, something like that. Seven. You know what I mean? He had it going last night. He was contributing to the this is one thing that I say about other teams. Other teams have great players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a great player. Luka is a great player, and they play. Those two guys are Brown, but we are starting to play very well team-oriented basketball, and that is really going to elevate this team because any given night, any one of your guys could go for 30 points. OG can go for 30 points. Bridges can go for 30 points. Cat can go for 30 points. Josh Hart could go for 30 points. Brunson can go for 30 points. If you look at the bench, you could get a 30-point game out of Deuce McBride and maybe even a solid 20-point game out of Precious and Payne. This is a deadly team, man, and they're starting to get it together. Everybody that was on the team last night, everybody that got in that first and second quarter, third quarter, contributed fully as a team. That is the difference. No one is doing the isolation basketball like we had so much last year. And not throwing darts at Randall and all that stuff, but that's how Randall plays. A high isolated basketball that when he gets double teamed, he kicks the ball out. This team is not even giving you. It was a couple of plays last night, but one of the most famous plays last night. Cat grabbed the ball. Cat kicked the ball out to Mikal. Mikal tightrope along the sideline and passed the ball to Precious. Was it Precious Chua or OG? It was Precious Chua and passed the ball to Precious Chua. Precious Chua went down and threw the ball down. 5 seconds. The ball barely even touched the ground. The ball came from Cat. Mikal grabbed the ball, made 2 dribbles, so he made sure that it didn't go out of bounds. Passed the ball to Precious. Precious took 2 steps and dunked the basketball. That's the type of basketball we need to be playing. That our fast breaks right now. We're We're number 7th in fast points. We are ranging top 10 in all these things right now. Top 10 in a whole slew of statistics, man. And if you don't see it, or if you don't pay attention to the numbers and stuff like that, then you won't know it. But if you pay attention, like us being content creators, you look at the numbers and then you watch the game too. This team is a well-oiled machine, and it's now you're starting to put the pieces back on. You know what I mean? When you first started, it was a little on your car, your muffler was a little shaky because we didn't have Precious. We ain't got Mitchell Robinson. We ain't have Chambers. A little, but you still get you from point A to point B and back home. You know what I mean? Now you didn't fix the bumper, and now you didn't put new. You didn't gave your whole front end a new. You didn't change the spark plugs, you just change the wires, you gave yourself an oil change, you put new windshield wiper fluid into the joint, you then gave it a tune-up, and now the team is starting to really, really play good basketball. And I last night's game, and we said this was a statement win and also a marker to see where the Knicks is where you could position the Knicks. Right now, we're 17 and 10 right now. We're 7 games over 500. 7 games over 500. We have a nice little distance from Orlando. Now I think we got them by 2 games. Now I think they lost last night, or they're going to lose tonight, or something like that. I forgot what the number. Right, you know what I mean. So we got a little distance in between teams that are in between us, and not much to gain on the teams in front of us. Come on, man. Come on. Boston just lost last night or the night before last.
Last night.
Last night, right? You know what I mean? So, and what they got 6 losses now? We got 10. So that's 4 games. It's only 4 games. Cleveland, only they got 4 or 5 losses too. We're only a couple of games away from them. This and like you said earlier, Divine, I didn't really watch Cleveland. I mean, Boston, who they played so far, but Cleveland, they've been playing some teams. You know what I mean? They've been playing some teams that is, you know what I mean, that if we played them, we should have beat them too. So let's get it, man. I'm happy to see this. And January is a sweetheart month for us, man. Easily we can run off 7, 9, 11 wins in that month if we playing together, if we stay healthy. No injuries and stuff like that. And we get some of these players that we talk about back. Man, boy, oh boy.
Good team, man. And that's all I've been saying all the year. It's 82 games in the season. One game don't determine how good you are. It don't. I don't think, like I said, you could lose. Knicks could lose to the Westchester Knicks tomorrow. I couldn't give a shit. I really couldn't, because it ain't about that. It's about creating habits, creating a team, creating a bond, creating a structure, creating an atmosphere, because once you get to the playoffs, that's when all this shit matters. I don't care who they lose to. I don't care who they beat. That don't matter to me in the regular season. What it matters to me is your team getting better every day they step on the court? Are they improving in certain areas? Are they starting to understand who they are as a team? Remember, this is a new team, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not get it twisted. This is a new team. Other than Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and practically from a starting perspective, them the only 2 was here.
That's it,
and maybe half a year last year.
Not even really.
They came half of the season. So you practically talk about a new team here. You know what I mean? In the starting 5. And now you seeing, now that they started to get comfortable with each other, you see what they can do. And they getting healthy. That's just basic physics, ladies and gentlemen. Physics. It's basic physics. The more time you play, the better you learn. The more experience, the better you get. That's just the way life goes. They ain't got shit to do with only the Knicks and basketball. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you grow. And that's what the Knicks are doing. They start to know each other. They understand each other. Now they start to play off each other. I mean, these cats and sisters crazy, Shot Power. And all of them do this unselfish, like you said. They are putting the ball in each other's hands. I mean, they are unselfish. And like I said, just to understand how me and you've been saying from day one, how important Precious Achiuwa was to this team. Rebounding, that's defense. They third in the association this month in net rating their defense in the NBA. And we will talk about Tibbs' defense. These guys don't. What you watching? What are you watching? What are you watching? Come on. You know what I mean? So I'm like this here. Last night, to me, it wasn't what I was saying before the pregame show yesterday, Shab, I say, you know what? This is a statement game for a lot of reasons. And when I was watching that game last night and I texted you, I said the NBA going to be in trouble. What did I say, Shab Powell? Yeah. I texted you in the third quarter, said, you know what? The NBA better watch out. I'm telling you, mark my word, not eat crow. I ain't going to have to eat it because I know what I'm watching. This fucking team is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody going to want to play the Knicks in the playoffs. Nobody. And I don't care what team you talk about. Because they starting to play the ball they supposed to play. Not what we were seeing in the beginning of the season. We trying to learn it. No bodies. Everybody out here and there. Shit, you know, like I said, we lost to a lot of teams, but you got to understand why we lost to a lot of teams. We lost to Detroit without Cat. You know what I mean? And even though we didn't lose to Charlotte, but, you know, you have game coming off an 11-day road trip, so you do win by one. But what happened when we played them again? We beat them by damn near 40. You understand what I'm saying, Shot Powers? And even the Chicago game, we just beat Philadelphia the night before that. Then that was a back-to-back. We beat Philly 111-99. The next day, we lose to the Bulls by 1 point on a back-to-back early in the season. All that stuff don't even matter because the team that's not that team you seen this now. If this was the team you see now was back then, we'd have beat them dudes. I'll beat a lot of them. But this ain't the team that you see now. I don't care about the team. The team you seen in the first quarter of the season is not the team that you see now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not the team you see now. So, you know, I just think we just got to keep grinding, keep going hard. And let's throw up the numbers from last night, Shot Powell. And I'll throw up and just look at the stat line from last night. I think we have some good box score numbers last night. Good stat numbers, man. Like I said, they were doing the damn thing. Ladies and gentlemen, look at them numbers right there. New York Knicks 133. The Minnesota Timberwolves 107, 33-32 in the first quarter. Many was up by 1. Second quarter, timeout. Tom Thibodeau came out and get the defense popping. 41-18. Blitzed them. Just like the Atlanta Hawks blitzed us the third quarter in MSG a week ago, the way Atlanta blitzed us. We did the same thing to them in the second quarter. We came out and blitzed them. Atlanta did blitzed us. It was like they scored like 36-18 on us in that third quarter in that game. Well, look at we blitzed them for 41-18. Came out in that second quarter and just dominated. Took control of the game. And Anunoby had Cat in a donut like he did last year when he played him in New York. And we played him in New York. They ramped it up. Shot Powell in the third quarter, 31-23. With me and Shot Powell like, that got that 25 a quarter average.
Right.
5 a quarter average, 100 points. And the only reason they got 107 because we took our stars out with 9 minutes. Then the things you got to look at. If the Knicks don't give up more than 25 a quarter, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat them because they score too much. So they did what they had to do. They cut the average to around about 101, 102, whatever. Let's give them 26 a quarter. So they about 26 points a quarter they gave up last night. You average it out. But that was a dominant second and third quarter. Obviously the fourth quarter didn't matter because they young guys and they bench was scoring all the points, so it really didn't matter then. But you know, so as far as the way they controlled the game from first to fourth quarter, they kept their teams under 25 points a quarter average. And they did what they had to do, and that number was good to me. I was happy with that. I was like, man, that second quarter they rounded out. But for the players' individual stats, ladies and gentlemen, Preston Achiuwa 28 minutes, 6 for 9 from the field goal area, 1 for 1 for downtown, 10 rebounds, 7 defense rebounds, 3 offense rebounds. Now we got big bodies back. We get more rebounds. 2 assists, 1 steal, -4. Only reason he's a -4 to me is because Julius Randle had a hot first half on him.
Right.
That's the only reason he's a -4 is because Julius Randle got off to a hot start against them. And he didn't get out to where Julius Randle was in that 3-point area. But when Julius Randle got down in the paint, though, it was different. He couldn't do too much down there, but he was knocking down that 3-ball shot to get it going. But when it came down to the middle, I think we talked about that in the first half. Julius Randle's only 6'8", 6'9" at best. So if you put some length on him, when he get down in the hole, you know, he can't use that part of his game too much because he just don't have the height to get over them guys. And I think they did that good job when for the interior on him. And I give Preston Achiuwa that credit before the outside Randle was busting the butt from out there. But he had a good game overall, 13 points. Josh Hart numbers, shot powers. That was good to see. Mikal Bridges, 36 minutes, 12 for 18, 4 for 8 from downtown, 1 for 1 for the charity stripe. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, good defense, plus 35, 29 points, Shot Powers. Game over. What did we say? Oh, once he get going,
it's over.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen, because you got a 3-headed monster there. So you didn't need Jalen Brunson scoring last night. And we've been talking about that from day one. You don't need Jalen Brunson scoring every night. And you don't even need Cat number night because you got guys who could put numbers up just like them if they got it going. And Mikal right now, D. Simmons been killing the game right now. So he's in his bag. You know what I mean? He had a great game. Shot Powers overall, plus 35. Anunoby, that's why I say to me, he was the player of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. 30 minutes. 3 for 8, 1 for 5, 2 for 2, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Anunoby was a plus 31. You know why? Only had 9 points because he shut Cat ass down and he shut Randall down. That's why he was a plus 28 last night. His defense on their best players, and that's why we brought him here. That's why he had a plus 31, highest next to Mikal Bridges. His defense was spectacular last night, ladies and gentlemen. Word is born it was. I mean, he put Ant in a donut in the first half, and Tibbs said, you know what? Play Randall in the second half. Randall scored 3 points in the whole second half. Salute to my man Anunoby, and that's real talk. The Big Cat homecoming did the damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. MVP, no question in my mind. He's up there. He's up there, Shot Powers. 38 minutes, 10 for 12 field goal, 5 for 5 from downtown, 7 for 9 from the Chatty Strike, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, plus 31, 32 points in his bag. I mean, I don't even have nothing to say about Cat, bro. Ain't too much to say about that man, bro. Real talk, Shot Powers. That brother is on another level. And then I'm glad to say Jalen Brunson, good game. The reason why I say good game, because he was only a plus 8, but ladies and gentlemen, he was controlling that. He was running that point guard spot, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes. He didn't shoot well. Let's say, like I said, it definitely wasn't a Jalen Brunson game from a scoring standpoint, but he did grab 3 rebounds, 7 assists, Shot Powers, plus 8 because I think the assist numbers were there, and Mike Conley didn't get off. You understand what I'm saying? So I can see why he did get a plus 8 because it wasn't from that. Then probably would have been minus, but I think he did a good job staying in front of Conley last night. And they actually did a good job getting the ball to the fellas, so good job on there. Matt Ryan plus 3, 4 points, came and had a little bit of 4 minutes, got 2 buckets. Jericho Sims, oh my God, that dunk he threw down in the fourth quarter. That brother got pogo sticks out there, Shot Powers, for real, for real. I mean, this cat get up there. He had 19 minutes, 6 rebounds, 6 points, -1. He played a pretty good game. Wasn't mad about my man. That backcourt though was special last night. 18 minutes from Cameron Payne, 3 for 9, 3 for 7 from downtown, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, plus 18, 9 points. What can we say about Deuce McBride? He's just been doing it all year long, ladies and gentlemen. 29 minutes, 6 for 13, 4 for 9 for downtown, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, plus 23, 16 points. What can I say? The Knicks shot 51% from the floor, 44 from downtown, and 81 for the Chatty Stripe on the road. And I think that was a beautiful sight to see last night. Great game by the team overall and everything like that. Them guys, they shot under 4. They shot 46% from the floor, 40 from downtown. They did good, but they didn't shoot well for the Chatty Stripe. But other than Randall's 24, Anthony Edwards went 7 for 16, 3 for 7. 7 6, -15. Conley 3 points, ladies and gentlemen. Salute Jalen Brunson over there. Rudy Gobert -37. Cat took him outside that field goal area. He don't even make a difference. Cat no
nothing. Another real big stat that you didn't mention right now. Look at the minutes that everybody played last night. Everybody's talking about the minutes. 41 minutes, 51 minutes. Look at them numbers. Cat was the biggest man playing the minutes last night because they couldn't get him out in the fourth quarter. He played an extra 3 minutes than he needed to because they didn't want to foul. But 30, he had 38 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah. See, everybody else is range 28 to 36 minutes aside from Cat. And I mean, look at those big numbers in the from the second unit. 19 minutes, 12 minutes, 29 minutes from Big Bride. Big minutes right there, man. Big minutes right there. And that's how the team is going to start to win a lot of these games, from the production from the second unit. The second unit doesn't have to come in and be the super offensive threat that the starting unit is. But if they get out there, hit shot, and play stellar defense, that's going to make the team way better, man. And I appreciate what the second unit is starting to get now that we got Payne back, now that we got Deuce back, now that we got Precious back. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That backcourt playing good basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, they're getting healthy bodies back, and that rebounding numbers are special. Like I said, that's what President Chu would do. I like his agility. He go hard. I mean, we didn't have that at the beginning of the season, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big. It's not only is an attitude change, but it brings a certain energy to the team when you got guys who roll like he rolled. You know what I mean? And it's not about his scoring, even not about his scoring, being a superstar. It's about what he brings to the team. It's the intangible. It's the rebound. It's the boxing out. It's the shot blocking. It's being hard, being gritty. You know, he ain't backing down from nobody. You know what I mean? Them the things when I think about Pressure Chu and Mitchell Robinson, it's not about numbers to me. It's the atmosphere. It's what they bring to the team that causes the other part of the team to do the things they want to do and do it well because they got guys who could do what they do at the best of their ability. Like, I mean, what they do it well for their pay grade. Like Pressure Chua, he worth for $6 million. He's worth that $6 million. You know what I mean? He plays with his pay grade. And that's why the Knicks did what they did when they brought him in. You bring people in, if you want to get somebody $48 million like Cat, then he got to play up to his pay grade. Well, you know what? Cat paying up to his pay grade. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson paying up to his pay grade. Anunoby and them, they playing up to their pay grade. So that means they are doing what the Knicks asked them to do when they brought him here. It's working for them because that's what they wanted from them, and they getting it. And just like President Chu, we that $6 million, we getting that from him. You know, so that's important. You know, and I think you are what you get paid for, unless you just milking the cow. But you know what, Power, we expect the Knicks to be this good. I would be a fool to say the Knicks spent almost $187 million to the second April, and they would suck. I mean, that wouldn't even make no sense. You know what I mean? So they are playing the way they're supposed to play because that's what they paid them for. That's why we went out and assembled this team. That's why we went and traded it. We got a dude making that at $50 million. That's why we got another dude down there making $40 million. They supposed to be playing like this. You know, we should expect nothing less. You know what I mean? So, and they are. The Chop Hours right now, Mikal is playing up to his pay grade. So I'm excited about it because they're doing what they're supposed to do with NBA ball players, man. You know, like I said, they go out there and do a job, but every day ain't gonna be good all the time. Every day ain't gonna be good. You know, like we all have bad days at work, or for those who work and go out there and punch the clock or handle business and still don't have good days. Shit, I don't have days with Chop Hour. The motherfucking hammer just ain't swinging right. You know what I mean? Or the damn nail ain't going in the siding right, or the window I put in, the shit just is off tilt or something, whatever. But, you know, we all have bad days on the job. And some of the, just like NBA ball players, they're not going to have great games every game. They're not going to be, that's not reality. It's not reality. But the reality is right now, South Power 17-10, brother. So that's what it do. That's what it do for me, for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And like you said, and the one great thing about this team, we don't have to depend always on Jalen Brunson like we did prior to last year with Julius Randle being out. We don't have to always depend on Jalen Brunson to bring us home. He is another piece that can bring us home. He is laying down that 3-point shot this year. I think he's around 40% from the 3-point shot. He is laying it down. And the one thing I have to emphasize, man, if for me, the way the Knicks are passing the basketball with these assists, I've never seen that before. But I don't remember this. Usually the Knicks are lower echelon in assists because they usually slow the ball down a little bit and play a half-court game, and they usually play isolation-type basketball. That is not the team that we have this year. We do not have a team. I haven't seen Cat really isolate. He has isolated, but not heavy like Julius Randle did. He isolates. It was a play against the brothers in Magic that he isolated. The guy fouled him. He looked at the ref. The ref didn't give him the call. He turned around and shot a fadeaway jump shot. And I mean, that's the type of isolation that he gets because his moves is not isolation. He doesn't play back to the basket. He plays face up to you, and he makes one dribble. He takes 2 steps, and he's at the rim from the foul line. I mean, from the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. And that is major. You know what I mean? All these guys, there's no real post-up / back down type players. They can do it, but majority of these guys are face-up shooters in your face. All these guys can hit a 3-point shot. All these guys could drive by you. All these guys got a mid-range shot. And I mean, it's something that I say it. I said it once. I said it again. This is one of if not the best team. I can't really think of another team that is as offensively and getting defensively as strong as this team that I can remember. You know what I mean? I've been around since the '70s. I know I was 2 going on 3 when the Knicks won the '73 championship. You know what I mean? I think that was in like May, June. I was my birthday is in July, my born day is in July. So I was like 2 going on 3. But I remember my uncle Frank, rest in peace, Uncle Frank. He loved the Knicks. And whenever I remember watching the Knicks, I used to watch it with him on the big floor, color screen TV that sat on the floor. I sit on his lap and watch the Knicks. You know what I mean? My Knicks fandom really started when oh my God, I can't remember his name. From Brooklyn, Fort Greene, he took the pictures with his brother in Fort Greene Park for his sneakers. And that's when I fell in love with the Knicks. I really started paying attention to watching Channel 9 all the time, missing the games and stuff like that. Or when it was not HBO, W, what was the other one? Not HBO, W,
Showtime?
I can't remember. Nah, back in the days it was
WPIX.
No, I was the cable station. It was
Okay.
it was show. It was WHO. I can't remember what it is right now. It'll come to me and stuff like that. But when those games was televised like that, or on a Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, they have the game on Channel 7, best basketball games with the Knicks and Ori and all these guys hitting the 3-point shot with 1 second left on the clock and stuff like that.
You got a WR Channel 9. They both got it.
Channel 9, definitely Channel 9. That's where you caught that. But the cable station back in the days it was only 2 of them. It was only 2 major channels. I can't remember what it was. There's only 2 major channels, and they used to catch a couple of there was no ESPNs and all that other stuff. It used to be on the cable. Anyway, make a long story short, watching that stuff on Channel 9, it brings back memories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And being a Knicks fan for this long, like I said, I've seen some good teams, man. I've seen some teams that made it right there. The Patrick Ewing finger roll, all that other stuff against Houston and against San Antonio and all that stuff. I remember all the lockout year when we had a chance and all that stuff. And excuse me, this is one of the better teams that I've seen of the New York Knicks, especially offensively. I've never seen a team beat teams like they've been. And plus, it was a different style of basketball back in the days. You know what I mean? It's more roughhousing, more forearms in the back and stuff like that. And that's coming back a little bit. You see a little bit more hand checking and stuff like that now. But this team right here, and I keep emphasizing team because that's what they are doing. It's not individual. They're playing team basketball, i.e., 39 assists last night. And a couple of games ago was 40 assists. And a couple of games ago from that was another 36 assists and another all these assists and stuff like that. So these guys are getting the ball around for everybody to touch the basketball because they have people that can put the ball in the basket.
Well, I'm the OG up here. Listen, I was at game 3 in 1973, right up in the Garden at the championship game. This team played like the 70s. I've been saying it for a long time. They moved the ball like the 70 Knicks. The 1971, they just move the ball. They move the ball. They cut and they move. And a lot of Golden State Warriors. But for the Knicks team, and I've been watching this for almost 50 years, I never seen a team since the 73 Knicks and the 71 Knicks, Red Holzman Knicks, they play the same way. These Knicks right now play the same way because they got their team is built the same way as them dudes. Willis Reed up at the top with a skill like Cat. Dave DeBusschere and my man Lucas got skills like Anunoby and McHale. Brunson got Clyde skills, and obviously Josh Hart is like a Dick Barnett type dude. You know what I mean? That's the type of team they said. And Shaw Powell, you ever go watch some Nick Oldfield and them teams? Watch how the Knicks play nowadays and watch how that team in the 70s play. You'll be like, damn, they move. They move. The ball ain't stagnant. You're not running down the clock. It ain't that ground and pound where you get the shot clock all the way down to 5 seconds, and next thing you know, you're trying to get a shot off. That ain't the way the Knicks play this year, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you can't compare this team of last year and knowing that you got a guy like Mitchell Robinson and Cat, that's a different dynamic, ladies and gentlemen. If you just base that off of Cat alone, you can't even compare last year's team to this team. You can't even compare them because of the skill, the talent level, and the way they play basketball. It's just different, bro. It's different and it's dynamic. And the coaching staff, salute to Tom Thibodeau. He brought some veteran guys in there like Mo Cheeks. You know, no disrespect to Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant ain't no Mo Cheeks. He couldn't even give you an eighth of what Mo Cheeks can give you from a basketball perspective. Knowing how great he was playing the game and how good he was trying to coach the game. Then we got my man Mark Bryant back there. Look at what Kaplan doing, because you know why? You got guys like Mark Bryant, big man, Othello Harrington, them guys over there who giving them all this information that Todd Gibson might have gave them a couple of years ago. But now we got we got some good coaches who giving these guys the ins and outs of how to play the game, and it's all forming like Voltron shop hours. They coaching out there. Tibbs always been pretty good at offense. A lot of people don't give him credit for that, but you know, Tibbs always had a good offense mind. You know, his teams always put up some good numbers offensively. I mean, you know, he just had a dominant player. I mean, the dominant player he ever had was what? Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? Tibbs never coached a dominant player who can do the damn thing except for Derrick Rose, and he got injured a couple of years in or whatever. That's the only player he ever had that can really, really get it popping. But you know what? Everybody he ever put around him, look what he did for Luol Deng. Look what he did for Carlos Boozer.
Right.
So what I'm saying, Tibbs look what he did for R.J. Barrett. Look what he did to Mitchell Robinson. Look what he doing with Quentin Grimes. I mean, not Quentin Grimes, with Deuce McBride. Tibbs always make these players better. Look at watch the year DiVincenzo have over there, and watch the year he had at MSG last year. I guarantee there won't be nothing like neither with Randall's neither. Tibbs always get the best out of their players. Always did. Look at Todd Gibson, how long his career wasn't good because he was skilled. Tibbs taught them dudes how to do the basic shit, get in the gym, put your work in every day, go in the gym, work, study film, get better at your craft. And that's what he's been doing it his whole career. But you know, and look at Jimmy Butler's career. Where do you think Jimmy Butler started that shit from? In Chicago under Tibbs. Jimmy Butler, you would have never thought Jimmy Butler would be the player he is now. But at the same, when you got good coaches around these players, I think Tibbs is rubbing off on them real well. And you're only good as your talent is, ladies and gentlemen. And I think Tibbs got some talent now, Sharp Howard. And I think it's starting to pay dividends. He got talent around him now. 3 years ago, he had Randall and a bunch of whoever's. 2 years later, he had Randall and Brunson. They got better. Now this year, he got Cat. Now you got Cat and Brunson and Anunoby and Mikal. Now they got better. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, you know, that's how I look at it, man. And like I said, and I get where everybody's going up against it. Let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. Them young boys is not ready. They not ready. I'm sorry. If you know the game of ball like I think all y'all know, I like all them young guys, but they not ready for this. They are not. Daddy A, all them dudes, they not ready for what the Knicks trying to do. They'll get there one day, Shop out. They are not ready. They are not ready. They not even in. Like I said, these guys got drafted where they got drafted at. That's why they got undrafted, blah, 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 because that's who they are. That's, you know, these you know, that's who they are. And sometimes when you watch these games, if they don't, they like a deer in the headlights out there. Like, as much as I love Daddy A. Shop Howard, last night he stunk it up last night. And I'm a big Daddy A dude. Daddy A had some great games for the Knicks, but last night, Tibbs snatched his ass about it. Nah, bro, you not playing right. You know, same thing he did to Mikal when Mikal was stinking it up early in the year. Put Deuce McBride in for the whole fourth quarter because Mikal was stinking it up. Tibbs don't be holding no favoritism. He like, listen, I'm trying to win games. I ain't trying to worry about, I'm not trying to be your buddy. I'm not trying to make you happy, nigga. I'm trying to win games. And I think that's what it's boiling down to. Now y'all see why we 17 and 10. Defense getting to become elite, Shop Powers. Offense always been elite. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense catch up to the offense. Y'all really gonna be here tripping. So Shop Powers, when that offense catch up to that defense, that defense catch up to that offense, and it will when Mitchell Robinson and Shammy get back, they get even more better.
It's getting there right now, Divine. I'm telling you, from the game from last night and 2 games before, we was 16th. I believe I haven't looked at the advanced stats today, but I'm pretty sure we're 14th now. I'm pretty sure this is 117. What our estimated points given up this year is 109. You know what I mean? So we kept them under the points so that makes our defense being better. And on top of that, we could have kept them under 100. We could have kept them to 80-something if we really wanted to. If we would have did the Tom Thibodeau thing and left the minutes in there and let the players play 41 minutes and stuff like that, we could have really put a beating on them. But Tibbs didn't do that last night. Like the stat that you put up last night, the biggest numbers the biggest minutes that we had up last night was Cat with 38 minutes. And that's only because in the fourth quarter when he was trying to get him out, he couldn't get him out early enough. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. Everybody was minimized minutes. And if you look at the percentage of shots that was shot last night, Cat had 12 shots, 30 points, 30-something points last night. But Cal was 14 to 18, 4 for 4 from 8 4. He had 8 3-pointers. I think it was 4 for 4. 4 for 8 from the 3-point line last night, 50%. Come on, man. He was 100% from the free throw line last night. He only shot 1 though, But with those numbers, man, come on, man. The thing now is to watch what the bench starting to do. This month is almost over, and I am tired. I've been seeing it the whole year. He just couldn't get the fix of it. Mikal Bridges is starting to really fill into his spots. The catch and shoot, the guy don't even set a shot. He don't square his body up, but the shoulders always stay square. He grabbed the ball last night. Cat threw him a pass in the corner. He caught the ball all the way over here. That's all he did. He caught the ball. He's like, he caught the ball. He went right up with it with the square shot splash. He's gonna get better, man. And any given night, it could be any 2 or 3 or 4 players on that starting unit that could get you big numbers. Any given night, man. I'm so impressed with this team right here, man. And I think they got big things to come. They're starting to get good. 27 games in.
Yeah. Real talk. Hey, man, listen. What I'm seeing, I'm gonna bring Jay Choden in the building in a minute. I bring Jay here in the background. I bring him in a minute. But I'm looking at it this way here, man. You just got to go the way the reality of it. The New York Knicks started off decimated. You can't deny that. That's like other teams are decimated. I'm not. But that's the reason why they didn't get to it. That's why they wasn't in the crew they was in. Number one, they were decimated. Number two, there's a whole new team, whole new starting 5. Number 3, it's the beginning of the season. It takes time to gel and acclimate to get continuity. That's important, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's baseball. I don't care what it. I don't care if it's you and your wife and you're married. It takes time to get acclimated and gel and come together and understand each other's tendencies. I don't give a fuck what part of life it is life. Ain't nothing. That's really real talk right there. It don't matter. It ain't only the Knicks. Everybody. Shit. Like I said, don't look at the land. Look what Atlanta going through. And why is Atlanta going through? They going through shot power. They're not healthy. Why was a lot of other teams like going through what they're going? Because they're not healthy. Look at the Sixers. Why are the Sixers going through what they're going through? Because they're not healthy. If you ain't got Embiid down there, you lose Maxey for a while, and you lose Jordan a couple of games, you ain't gonna be at your best with them players that you count on. And for the Knicks, that's just all it was. We've been saying this the whole time the season started. We've been saying that wait till the team get healthy, then you can judge them. You can't judge somebody halfway and they ain't got all their pieces together because you're not getting their best. See, now, even to just Shaman come back alone, shot powers, I expect the Knicks to do the damn thing. They better do the damn thing. The motherfucker got up there in their $187 million payroll. They better do the damn thing. You know what I mean? And that's what we expect them to do. But still, like I said, on any given night, they could beat anybody, like I said, but they could lose to anybody. That's just the way it goes. Shit, I don't know. But shot powers to me, it's plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to keep building these good habits, keep progressing, keep crossing T's and dotting I's, and go out there and play your game. And like I said, you're not going to win every game. Nobody in the NBA is going to go undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. So if the Knicks lose a game, that don't mean they suck. I mean, that night they sucked it. You know what I mean? But that don't mean they team sucked. They just that night they had a bad night. Somebody kicked their ass. You know what I mean? And the Knicks could lose tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Knicks can go down in New Orleans tomorrow and get their ass whipped tomorrow night. Literally. They can go down and get their ass spanked. That don't make them a bad team. That don't mean you're supposed to fire Tibbs. That don't mean that this guy don't suck. You should put him on the bench or you should trade him.
We need to trade, right?
Yeah, come Come on. That don't have nothing to do with that. It's a 82 game season, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna have these ups and downs, the peaks and valleys. That's just the way it goes in the NBA. We just gotta stay focused. But I tell you what, Shop Power, I seen a couple of games this year. Let me know. Tough team to beat in the playoffs. Like I said, if this was a team that would have came out the gate, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Next year.
Everybody in this chat, when we talk about championship, if the Knicks was playing the way they're playing now at the beginning of the season, we wouldn't even be having a lot of these conversations. Everybody in this chat would be giddy. Everybody in Knicks fan would be like, this team is like they up there with Boston at. They up there where the Cleveland Cavaliers at. See, we lost 10 games, one of them lost 6, one lost 4. If we would have came out the gate like them guys, healthy, we'd be right up there with them because our team is that good. That's all to it. We ought to be that good, man. So I think this the best is yet to come, ladies and gentlemen. I think we on something, and I think we just got to keep building these habits. If we win that game the next day, then we go down to Orlando and get that game. We got a pretty good schedule coming back home. We got Washington twice. We got a lighter schedule, but I'm happy that they're doing this on the road. 9-6 away from the Garden, ladies and gentlemen, and we just starting to clicking. Defense starting to get solid. Jay Chosen, offense been pretty decent all year long. They getting healthy bodies, and like I said last night, with any indication that you could lose Josh Hart, who's been one of our important players this year for our team, shout out to Jay Chosen, and the guy coming for him gives you Josh Hart numbers. That's crazy. That's crazy. Indeed. Yep. But what's up with my man? How you doing, Brody?
Oh, listen, bro, I'm doing excellent, man. Yo, I'm gonna say something right off the top, man. I like Precious starting that game last night. I like the way it looked. I like the way, when you asked me who I thought should, I said Bridges should start the thing. I'm not gonna take, that's on Tibbs, and I'm sure a bunch of other people said the same thing. But he put him in solitary confinement, and Ant had nothing to do with nothing, and Cat really showed me, like that this emotions ran deep, no matter who wants to say what. It doesn't matter how you want to say it, want to be a man about it, don't want to be a man. Men have emotions, men have feelings, all these things go hand in hand. It could have went one way or the other. The brother took the emotions, balled it up, and turned it into a fireball. You know what I mean? And the passing was immaculate. Last night, to me, was about defense and passing. Shooting was incredible, right? Really, really nice shot taking. But then you watch like crashing the boards. I really took Precious very lightly because of all the talk and me. I can't lie to you. I was pissed off that we were waiting on Robinson once again, and now we're waiting on Precious, and I balled it together. You know what I mean? Like I put them together. I'm like, damn, we're waiting on these guys. That's why we need to go get somebody to hit the boards, blah, blah, blah. Sims has been here for 4 years. But look, Precious not only was a disturbance in the middle last night, but he was really putting it together. And him next to Cat looked real nice, which then makes you start to think about Hart, that second unit, and all these other things against bigger teams. Yep. I got no problem having Precious in a game with bigger people starting the game. And just like I have no problem with Hart being in there with a faster team. New Orleans, don't sleep on New Orleans. They have a bone to pick with us. We whooped their ass, and now they're a little healthy. So I wouldn't be surprised with you, same as you said. But even Sims rocked the rim last night. I mean, that pass to Sims was like Mark Jackson. It was like I don't even know what it was. Steve Nash was like, somebody threw something on it. It was crazy. So I'm really happy with what they did. Their performance was great. But even the announcers were saying that the efficiency was immaculate, and that the defense looked incredible. And to me, once you start getting this defense, we already know we got a top 3 offense, right? Once you get this defense in the top 10, just the top 10, right?
Problem,
right? That's a recipe. Let me tell you, you know, when you make a good meal, you got to worry about the recipe. That once they're in the top 10,
that's a problem.
I promise you, the recipe is going to be ultra delicious.
I got a quick question. How'd y'all like Jamal Crawford commentating the game last night?
I love Jamal Crawford. I think he's very. First of all, he got a swag in there. He's like, and I'm not comparing him to him because of stature, but he's like a baby Clyde to me. He's like a younger Clyde. He's like a real young Clyde. What I mean by that, Jamal know the game. He know the players. He know the. I mean, I love what I chop out. I think that man do a great job for the Knicks. I wouldn't mind when Clyde stepped down. I wouldn't even have a problem with Jamal Crawford.
I think that's what they're grooming him for too. I really think so. He said one thing last night that I don't got the exact thing. What he said. What I know. What the beginning of the sentence that he said was, Randall came like he wanted to punish the team, like he wanted to punish the team. Cat played like he wanted to. He played like he wanted to win the basketball game. And I mean, they had two mindsets. Cat going up. Cat another sensitive stat, another stupid stat from last night. From playing a team, your old team. Cat scored 30 points and 20 rebounds. The last person to do that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, so that's another stupid stat, so those are the things that I want to see. And I like Jamal Crawford last night, the way he commentated the game and what he was saying as the game was going on. And prior to the game that he commentated the last time, him and Mike Green got a nice little rapport. I would like to see him and Clyde out there one time, but I surely did like him out there last night calling the game.
He called it. I agree 100%. The night that you didn't know it was on the Garden, was it Mike Green? No, he wasn't on that night. But Jamal has done a couple. By the way, I'm going to say this straight up and down. Jamal Crawford is one of my favorite Knicks of the last 20 years. He has a basketball IQ that's incredibly high. He scored, I believe, 50 twice for us. He definitely was a baller. He had a handle like nobody's business, which translates into incredible mental, incredible mental stability.
Fortitude.
And I believe that comes out of his, that's what Clyde had. And that's why Clyde speaks the way he speaks. And I would love to see him. I do believe they're grooming him for it. I would like to see him with Clyde. But I think it's like, instead of shake and bake, it's gonna be like more our street talk. More swag, like that we can get down with, right? Look at him rocking and popping him to sleep. Something dope like that. And I'll be like,
especially when he said OG says GO.
Yeah.
Go time. But I tell you what, though, can you imagine if Tibbs would have coached that Marbury, Crawford, David Lee?
Come on, man.
That's why I think coaches make it different. Can you imagine Tibbs with that talent, with Jamal, them dudes back then? They just
was Zach Randolph on that team? Was Zach still on that team, or did he get there yet?
No. Did Jamal play with Zach? No, I think Zach was gone. He went to Minnesota by then, didn't he?
Okay. Yeah, man, I could have.
No, was he? He might have been. He might have been.
Was there with them.
He was there. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think because Zach. Yeah.
Yeah, they had big Al Harris and all of them.
Yeah.
They said Tibbs was coach that team. He would have had them cat. That team was better than the team he took over with Randall. We got with Randall the first year. They had some talent down there, bro. You had Stephon Marbury, Jamal Crawford, David Lee, double all day, every day. I mean, they had it.
Double.
They just didn't have the coaching. You know what I mean? And Larry Brown, he was in some other shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, I say Jamal Crawford, he's an NBAer, man. He's an NBAer, man, and good dude. I'll be glad to see him. I'd love to see him get some play-by-play with the Knicks every,
Definitely good choice.
I think they grooming him for it. He came from what was it? ESPN on one of them other side channels that he was on, and now he's doing more of this stuff here with us.
Yeah, TNT for a while.
TNT.
I try not to respond to this hat, but Dave Smith, man, you got to put something with that. Tibbs at the time when he got fired in Minnesota was the president of basketball operations. Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota, when he got left that team, he got fired because he was the president of basketball operations. It wasn't about the coaching. Glenn Taylor fired Dave Tibbs, which was dumb because after he fired Tibbs, they ain't do shit. At the Chicago Bulls fired Tom Thibodeau, they ain't do shit. Boy, Harburg, Lloyd, whatever that coach was. Man, y'all gotta leave. Man, this man is a coach, dude. And like I said, he came and took over Minnesota with a bunch of rookies. Zach LaVine, Karl Anthony Towns, and Andrew Wiggins, all was young dudes, all in their first years.
Yep.
And then the next year, what did he do? He traded out some of these young guys. He brought in Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose. What they do? They won 48, 50 games, went to the play.
Let me find my headphones.
Y'all got to put substance with the stuff. It ain't that he underperforming. He just didn't have better teams than the teams he was. I can't get enough, Chop Howard. You are not beating LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and you're not beating Chris Bosh in the LeBron James era where he went to the championship 8 straight times. Tom Thibodeau ain't never had a team compared to none of these dudes we talk about. Of course, he's gonna lose in a big game because he ain't got the talent. Just like when we first came to the Knicks, he lost to Julius Randle in the first round because he didn't have the talent. Then what happened when he got more talent? We went to the second round, could have went to the third. Shit, last year we could then went to the finals because we had more talent. Period. And then prior to that, it's the era when you coaching. Everybody was losing in that era. How many coaches in the NBA went to the championship when LeBron was there? How many? Matter of fact, how many teams in the NBA won a championship since the Knicks won it in '73? The Knicks haven't won one in 50 years. How many teams won a championship? You had dynasties back then. Lakers was a dynasty. Boston was a dynasty.
Spurs had a dynasty. You
were going up against dynasties, bro. One player and a bunch of misfits is not going to beat Dwayne Wade, one of the best 2 guards ever. And LeBron James arguably can go down as one of the top 5 ever. Chris Bosh and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen and Sam Perkins. I mean, come on. So you get that guy to count. Look at Carmelo Anthony, Shaw Powers dominate when he came out in the West. But what did he run into? Kobe Bryant, Shaquille
O'Neal.
It goes on and on. LeBron James,
Rice, everybody, man.
The Knicks, you only good as the people you have on your team, but at the same time, you ain't talented enough to beat the other team. So it's a lot of coaches other than Tibbs probably got to play a record Shaw Powers in the LeBron James era. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of coaches got terrible more records than Tibbs in the LeBron James era, and that's because they got caught in a dominant. That's why you think the Knicks ain't never won one with Pat Riley, or why you think Van Gundy. Exactly, because the era they played in, they had a Magic Johnson in front of them, or they had Larry Bird in front of them. Shit, they had a whatever. You know what I mean? Knicks
right? Was Riley trash, David? Was Riley trash just because Jordan was good? You got to look at it like that. Knicks didn't win nothing when Riley was there, but they ran up against a dynasty squad. So the fact of the matter is, you can't look at it like that, man. And Riley almost never even became a coach, and he was a wizard, man. He was the 3rd string option with the Lakers, if you know anything about his history. And then he changed the entire look of the Knicks that looked horrible from the 70s until he got there. And the only thing that hurt me is that they didn't keep King. If they kept King, they would have had a triple threat and things would have changed. But whatever, it is what it is. And we still couldn't beat Jordan and them. Is Riley a bum? Riley went and made Spoelstra a world beater. Right. Spoelstra was a video guy. He was a videotape guy. He was the guy who rewound the VHS to make sure when you returned it, you didn't get you didn't get a fine.
We're gonna prime example of something too, real quick. Doc Rivers won a championship with who? In Boston.
Yeah,
who was
Pierce.
Who was his assistant coach? Tom Thibodeau.
Thibodeau. Yeah.
What have Doc Rivers won since Tom Thibodeau left there?
Nothing.
Thank you. Tom Thibodeau took over the Bulls. He won 60-something games. Went to the playoffs with Derrick Rose, injured Derrick Rose quite a few times. He leaves the Chicago Bulls. Them motherfuckers go in the tank, ladies and gentlemen, for about 4 or 5 years. Minnesota was at the bottom what Glenn Taylor did to that organization. Destroyed it. Tom Thibodeau takes over Minnesota Timberwolves after so many years being in purgatory. He takes them to the playoffs. And the Chicago suck. He leaves Minnesota. The Knicks been stinking it up for 8 years. Stinking it up. Tom Thibodeau comes to New York the first year and takes them to the playoffs.
And get most valuable coach.
Get coach of the year.
Coach of the year, I mean, not most valuable coach. Coach of the year.
Man, they can't.
Same thing.
And like I said, and he did it with Julius Randle, a $5 million Alpha Payton, a $5 million
whole bunch of Tito's.
He come for real. And he
Nerlens Noel.
And didn't have a Mitchell Robinson that year, injured. I mean, come on, guys. You know, you got to put some sauce and substance with that. I get what you're saying. I know y'all people don't like Tibbs, but y'all be a lot of shit y'all thought that man don't even make no sense to me because you're not putting in all the variables and the reason why a coach is not like that. So, like I said, Van Gundy ain't never won nothing for the Knicks. Pat Riley never won nothing for the Knicks. What makes them better than Tibbs? Tibbs got a better winning record than probably Van Gundy almost right now, but he ain't getting nowhere. He ain't get the Knicks to the championship. He
got split across the floor by Alonzo Mourning.
Don't get me wrong, Van Gundy's a good coach, but when if y'all get on Tom Thibodeau, y'all should get on Van Gundy and Pat Riley. That's the way he coached. So you got to get on them too, because he coached the same way they do. But Van Gundy had Yao Ming. He had Tracy McGrady. Did he win one? No, because know why? The team he played at in that era was better than his. Because he had Tibbs, the team that he played on was better than the team that he had. That's just the way it go down. I don't care how good you can coach. You're only good as the players you got. And like I said, you can't compare a broken down Derrick Rose, Todd Gibson, and Kurt Heinrich and Carlos Boozer.
Oh, man, you done went back on me. You said that name, Divine.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't compare them players to Dwayne Wade. You can't do that. That's not fair. Because that talent level is different. That's why the Knicks got their ass kicked a couple times because the talent level is better than ours. Now, this year, let's see. We got a talent level now. Instead of the Knicks getting their ass kicked, they're going to be do the ass kick and watch. Because the talent level is better. You know what I mean? So, I get it, man. I do get it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not throwing shade at nobody, but all I'm saying is we got to start recognizing real and don't just throw shade at them because you don't like him. You think he didn't do this. You got to put in all the variables. You got to put in make sure why the reason why he didn't demand a 2-time coach of the year, just like E. Gibson said. 2-time coach of the year. So y'all can throw all the shade that Tom Thibodeau want. The NBA didn't think he sucked. They gave him. He could have won it 3 times, Shot Powers.
Sure could have.
That's all I want to say. We got to put that Tibbs up to rest, man. It's two sides of everything. Is he perfect? No. Is he the greatest coach in the world? No. Does he make mistakes? Yes. Sometimes you might feel he might not call a certain game a certain way. Yes, he does. He ain't God gift to the NBA world, but damn, he better than a lot of people give him credit for. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
He like any other coach. Tom Thibodeau have good days and bad days like any other coach. He does things you might not agree with, or you might not like the way he agreed to it, or you might agree to it, but the New York Knicks organization don't see it the way y'all see it. They don't see it.
They sure enough paid him the way they saw it.
He's gonna be here 8 years. And right now, ain't no coach we had in the last 20 years got a shot at winning the ring right now the way he do. Not guaranteed that Tom Thibodeau will get us there because he got a roster now. It takes time to build a roster. The Boston Celtics, you know why they got there? Because their roster was together 4 years. Tatum, Brown, they came in together. They went and added the pieces like what's my man named Drew Holiday, and that's what the Knicks did. You know, they got 2 core pieces. They went and bought some pieces in with Cat and them. Now you see where they go. I think the Knicks got a team for the next 4 years to record with anybody.
They went and got White. They went and got White for at point guard. They went out and got people. They got people.
They got people.
You know what? You know what they did? Not to interrupt. You know what they did? They made New York a destination spot now, and people don't realize that. For years, we have been not a destination place, whether it be for the taxes in New York, or whether it be for the fact that we couldn't make it to the dance, or our coaching was, you know, one and done every time we hired a new coach. New York wasn't a destination for people. Now, I promise you, New York has became a destination team. It's a place where people are going to say 28% tax. Who cares? I'm going to be on a team that's going to win a chip. I'm going to be with a guy who's getting 30 and 20, who's making records. I'm on a team with a guy who's 6'1", scoring 40 at will on a broken foot last year. I'm on that team. I'm on a team where there's 2 wing defenders that no one can do a damn thing about. They like the Ninja Turtles in Rikers Island, just come marching down and lock you down. There's no way. This is a destination. It's becoming the destination spot. And that's what I love about it. And it's making people like, I'm telling you right now, Precious is a good defender. I didn't realize how great he can move his feet. But you look at take Precious just last night, his game, the numbers, and Deuce, the way he played last night. All that was outshined by what Cat did and the night Cat had, because it was Cat, Randall, the whole story, the whole situation. But the numbers everybody had were just unbelievable. And they played, all jokes aside, like a championship team. That was a championship game last night, the way they played. And the other team that has good talent got beat around, smashed, smattered, didn't know what to do, sulking. Did you watch Ant's face, Gobert's face? They were shell shocked. They had no idea what to do. They look like they got punched in the mouth, like boom. Oh, what? Damn! I'm good.
I think Jalen Brunson standing on half court, looking around like, where Julius Randle at? I want to shake his hand, and he didn't pull his tail in between his legs and just didn't talk to the media, didn't talk to nobody. So whatever.
Yeah. He probably didn't even go home. He probably didn't even talk to his wife.
You had a lot of people, and I need you to answer this here. You had a lot of people that thought Knicks was going to go down there and get their ass whipped. I guaranteed you. If you had a survey of 1,000 people, probably 900 probably thought the Knicks would go down there and get their butts whipped last night. I think people are underestimating the talent on this team. I really do. I just think they underestimated Shot Powell. I think people are not giving the Knicks enough credit for what they could do, because, like I said, you see the numbers don't lie, man. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, and you read them out real well. You early in the show, you pointed out where the Knicks is ranked at. These numbers ain't lying. They not lying. You know what I mean? That's what they doing. And I think it's time to recognize real. These motherfuckers are dangerous, bro. I'm sorry. That's a dangerous team, Shot Powell. Elaborate on that for me, my man, because I know you know.
Yeah, man. I just say this, man. There's a couple of things the Knicks just, you can't, numbers don't lie sometimes, man. They may miscue you a little bit from actual watching the game if you don't pay attention to 5 games in a row or stuff like that. Don't know about the metrics about 100 minutes and all this other stuff. But the Knicks are playing really good basketball. And another stat from the Knicks this year that you don't even pay attention to because of the defense. The Knicks are a top 10 team in blocking shots this year. Top 10 team in blocking shots in the whole NBA. That's a big stat right there, man. Those are numbers. Those are things that years before we couldn't say we were doing that stuff. We could play some good offense, but we wasn't predicated on playing good offense. We were more known with the teams that Tibbs have playing better defense. Now we got a team that any given night, any one of your starters can score 50 points on the team. Any one of them, including Josh Hart. If you want to throw Deuce McBride in there, he could get a good 25, 30 points a night. This is a different team. This is a different team that I've seen, like I said, and they're starting to get it, man. They're starting to get it together. They're starting to 50, 40, 90. You know what I mean? This team right now. Just about damn near 50, 40, 90. Last night they were 50 from the field, 40 from 3-point land, and 80. What were they like? 80 something from the free throw line last night. Come on, man. These are numbers that you strive to do every year that your team wants to be. Last night they pronounced themselves as being a 50% team from the field goal percentage, a over 50% team from the field goal percentage, a over 40% from the 3-point percentage. And then the one thing about the Knicks, and this is the one gripe, if I could say it like that, because we don't get calls. We're getting calls last night though. Cat is starting to get those big man calls that Embiid going to the hole. You don't even get close to him, and they call him the blowing the whistle for him now. He's starting to get those calls because his emphasis of being an all-star, all-NBA type player is making the refs have to make those calls for him. So he's going to start getting the calls. But Mikal Bridges is starting to get those calls. Jalen Brunson's not getting them all the time because Jalen Brunson gets beat up every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, he don't get
he's getting more. He's getting more of those calls nowadays. You know, so the pendulum is swinging, man, and right now it's swinging in a good rhythm for the Knicks right now, and the numbers don't lie, man. If you were complaining about Mikal Bridges and what he was doing the first game of the year, and you're looking at the 27th game of the year now, and you think he's the same person as that first game, you're fooling yourself. He is not the same person. Cat, the first couple of games when Brunson came back out, he was still playing a lot of the basketball from last year, that hero style of basketball. I gotta make sure that we win. I gotta score the basketball. I gotta score 40 points for us to win. He don't do that no more. Last night the guy had 28 minutes last night. He had 15 with 17 assists. With 7 assists last night, and he sat down on the bench and chilled. We were up 30, 40. Come on, man. This is the team and this is another thing that I got to reiterate. The way this team is playing now is the same way that I hope that they will be playing by this time of the year, that your starters are getting 28 to 32 minutes a game. Then your second unit is getting 10 to 14 minutes a game. And then maybe you have 6 or 7 minutes at the end of the game when you're beating the crap out of the team to put your rookies in, just like they did last night. And if you ain't paying attention and you ain't watching every Knicks game and you ain't seeing a little improvement every time, you're cheating yourself, man. You're cheating yourself. That's why we like for you to come on to Knicks Real Talk so we could talk to you and tell you, no hyperbole over here. We don't beat around the bush around here. We don't throw no BS around here. We try to stay to the facts and stuff like that. So let's follow the numbers, man. We right here with it every pregame, every post game now. Just come and listen to us, man. Listen and let's try to and to throw a plug out there, not to throw a plug on, but to throw a plug out there. If you're still on the ledge, go check out Ron's show tomorrow. At the jump to get your ass off that ledge. You know what I mean? Get on Ron's show and he'll talk you off the ledge as well, because I don't know what it is. If you're watching the same game, I'm watching from the first game, and this is another thing that I don't know about. The way we playing now is the way we wanted us to play in November. And I mean October, November. That's the way we wanted to play. But you know what's going to be the big turning point? No matter what happens this year, if we win a championship, if we don't win a championship, we go to the second round, the third round, the first round, whatever. This team right here coming in next year will not start off the way they started off this year. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Real quick. Hey, Dave Smith, I love you, but I appreciate your thoughts. But we are not one-sided. You just don't hear us when we tell you when the Knicks stink it up. We don't never come on this show and say the Knicks is always doing the damn thing. Knicks been a high. You never hear it.
You should have heard us when we was talking about Atlanta. The Atlanta game. You was on that day. We were killing the Knicks.
I turned off the comments. He's still good. We're still getting sour cream.
What do you hear me say? What do you hear me say? On any given night, the Knicks can get their ass kicked. Do you hear us say that? You hear me say that 1,000 times.
You just said that they could lose tomorrow.
You hear me say, if you don't bring your A game, you can get your ass whipped. You hear me say that every day. If you hear me say, if this player don't do that. So come on, y'all, you gotta pay attention. I understand it. You know, listen, I call it like I said, because you know what? If the Knicks is winning, how can you say something the other way? You can't say the Knicks suck if they winning. That's hypocritical. If the Knicks is playing good basketball, you can't say they playing bad basketball. Am I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? If the Knicks is playing good basketball, you can't say they playing bad basketball. So I'm not going to say that because they're not. And since Tom Thibodeau been a New York Knicks coach, the New York Knicks been playing good basketball under Tom Thibodeau. That's facts. Last year, he said Tom Thibodeau never listen. You lose Julius Randle, Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and through the course of the season, you still had injuries, and he still won 50 games. That shit got to count for something. You lost the core of your team. You lost 30-something rebounds. You lost down there 40, and the guys who replaced them, can you imagine if DiVincenzo and Josh Hart was on the bench doing what they did because the other guys wasn't injured? That team would have been dominant just by the numbers. Just by the numbers. If DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, who was on our bench last year, but because of injuries, we had to put them in the starting lineup, and our bench got weaker.
Yep.
Because now you took your bench, they got weak because they in your starting lineup. That's like any team. Any team. Look at Orlando Magic. They lose their two top guns. Do you expect their team going to get weaker? The New York Knicks last year would have easily went to the Eastern Conference Final. They would have smoked the Indiana Pacers if Randall, 25-11, Mitchell Robinson dominated offensive rebounder, dominate. My man Miles Turner would have not did that shit on Mitchell Robinson. He would have did that on Mitchell Robinson. None of them dudes would have done that shit if the Knicks was healthy. They would have smoked the Indiana Pacers. That's why Indiana Pacers they're under 500 right now. Don't give a fuck Ben Mather or anybody. Tom Thibodeau did not get there because of injuries. The year before that, Jalen Brunson got here. Julius Randle gets injured. Shit happened. But don't sit up and tell me, Tom Thibodeau could have easily got that team last year. They probably could have beat Boston last year. Possible. Anything can happen when you got a team the way they play. Knicks had a good team last year. They just fell short because of injuries. Mitchell Robinson, 29 games. Anunoby come here, he get injured in the playoffs, hamstring. Julius Randle, Miami out for the season. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real about this shit here. You know what I mean? Yep. And you lose a sniper like Bogdan in the Philadelphia series because my man Nick Batum undercut him trying to get a loose ball. You lose a sharpshooter off the bench. Yep. And you still beat Philly 4-2. You went 7 games with Indiana with a decimated roster. So think about this here. What 4 guys you know on the Knicks was going to replace them 4 guys that got hurt last year? Ain't nobody that can replace Randall, Mitchell Robinson, Bogdan, and Anunoby. So that means the team was too weak because they didn't have the body, they didn't have the talent. That's broken. Yeah, they was too decimated. So
yeah. So and can I just say something? Listen, I'm going to say yes, David. We are contenders now. Yes, we are contenders now. Right. Yeah, we are building a team. Listen. The expectations this year are contention. I'm gonna tell you why. We made a trade for a guy that we love, that 2 guys that we love that were a major part of what we did last year. One guy who was 23-11 was hurt for the second half of the year, and if he was part of that run in that playoffs, we are definitely playing Boston. Definitely playing Boston. Now we brought in a new guy who had to gel with our captain, and our captain had to realize who he was. And now that he realizes who he is and truly who he is, and then we got the wing now that we need, and the big man, the best shooting. It was said all over TNT last night. The best shooting big man ever, they said last night, in years. And then the next guy said ever. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, this was all about gelling. We said this earlier in a different show together when I came on with you fellas, and then we also said it on Ron's thing when we were on the ledge. The fact is, we made it past the 20 mark. These 40 games now are ultra important, and we just said we are setting it off on the right, y'all. Set it up on the right. Anyway, you understand what we're doing here is that we're gelling together. I told you about the Italians and the gel. We are gelling together, and our bench is going to be out of this world. And then when a big man comes, whether it's Mitch or another big man, we just have another additional person. And who knows? Watching Sims last night started making me think a little different.
They got body.
He had he had a good bounce back game last night. He did.
He sure did. And Precious, I'm telling you right now, there's something about and I'm gonna give him a lot of respect. Not Precious played very hard. TNT was saying he's an ultimate defender. He's incredible. He just came back from an injury. But I'm going to give this man a lot of respect. Brunson played a game where he knew that the emotions were in Cat's lap. So he controlled the pace of the game, but Cat controlled himself and played probably the best game ever. And if it's okay, I'm going to read something to you really, really quick. All right. That yesterday, Cat became the first player in NBA history to record a 30-plus point, 20-plus rebound, 5+ threes on 100% three-point shooting in a game, recording 32 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists while going 5 from 5 at the arc. Only person in history to do it, and he did it in his old home that they threw him out of, and he said at the end, I loved it here, but I did it from my city. My city. What city you think he was talking about? He was talking about New York City. He did it for the city. He did it for the team. He didn't do it for Minnesota. He did it for us. That's the first time ever. 32-20, going 5 from 5, plus 6 assists.
It gets better, yo.
Out of control.
Jay told me it gets better when Mitch get back. It even get better than that.
I'm telling
you got another body out there that can defend and rebound. This team is, and let me tell you something. I'll let you know that it ain't about being a homer for Tibbs. If Tibbs don't get this team to the Eastern Conference Finals, fucking fire him.
Yeah, see, I'm with you on that.
I hold him to a certain standard. He's supposed to get this team there. If Tibbs don't get this team to the Eastern Conference Finals, you can let him go. Because there's no excuse to get this team there. This ain't Randall and a bunch of cats like, nah. You talk about 2 all-NBA dudes in the starting lineup, all NBA at the position. 2 wing defenders and a role player who's a Swift Army knife who can do everything. And you got a bench that every one of them dudes from 1 to 3 can knock down that 40% shooting. And you got a guy coming back with another guy who played defense and rebound the fuck out of basketball. If Tibbs don't get this team to the Eastern Conference Finals, you fucking right, you can fire Tibbs.
That's right. I agree. 100%.
Because the team is that talented. You see, that's why it all depends. Now, I don't have no problem with what Tibbs did with the other team because they wasn't talented. See, Tibbs and what the team that Tibbs had before this team, they wasn't talented. Like the Randall team wasn't talented. So you expect and he still got them cats to win 20 more games than the year before. But the year when Jalen Brunson was there, he got there. Look what the Knicks did. They went from the first round. They got more talent. They went farther. So now they got more talent. The motherfucker better go even further.
Right. And we're deeper now. We don't have a bench that's Burks and Bogdanovich and all that. We're deeper now.
Tibbs would have got the boy there.
It's different. Those kids ain't going to play. They're better off in the G League, or at least 1 or 2 of them. They're not going to play because we have a deeper team now. And if he doesn't make it to the Eastern, then he deserves it. You're right, he deserves it then. But right now, he doesn't deserve anything but applaud. He deserves nothing but applaud. That's all he needs. Applaud him right now because he is putting his team together. And I'm going to tell you, last night, Cat could have went to the podium when he was being interviewed and said, "Told you so." He could have did something like I would have done. Told you, mother, who the hell I am, right? I'm going to give you the pinky ones. I'll give you the, right? F you, mother others. You should never remember. He didn't do that. He went there. He went there as an ambassador for New York and stepped up to the microphone and simply said, I'm just happy I was able to have the game I had today. I have something on my mind, but I won't say it, right? He said, I wasn't playing for myself. I was playing for the win. Come on now.
You know what?
Man, we Knicks fans. We Knicks fans.
Talk about it. I'm going to pat the shot. But you know what? You got people that understand, too, though? They didn't do them dirty. Cat had to get traded because they could not get that luxury tax money out there.
Thanks.
You know, you got Rudy Gobert making crazy money. They just gave and a big extension. They traded Cat because they had to get rid of him. Yep. Because like Barkley said, they wasn't sure with just him. See, if you would have had Cat and Ant alone, they wasn't getting past the OKCs of the world, Shaw Powell. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that team got to the Western Conference Finals last year. But they needed more piece. They probably needed another major piece to go with them. But because they didn't have the money to get another major piece, they had to let Cat go. Because they say, what the hell? We're not going to get past these Cats anyway because we can't get another piece in there. It was a salary dump. It was a smart salary dump. I guarantee you Minnesota Timberwolves don't sign Julius Randle.
Facts.
That's why they let Cat go. For they could have that money to go get another dude that could go with Ant. You know what I mean? Or maybe a couple of dudes. Because when you let Randall money go and DiVincenzo money go and whoever it likes to go, you might have that money go get another dude like Cat. So
listen, that team is this close to rebuild. I'm gonna tell you right now, that team is this close to rebuild for this reason. They had a chance. Who the hell was taking Rudy?
Nobody.
So Rudy or Cat? Who is a better chance of getting rid of? Cat. That's the only reason he was the dump. No one's taking Rudy.
But you know what's smart though? But here's the thing though. They'll take Rudy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when Rudy become aspiring, the Knicks better get him. What are we talking about here? This dude's I'm taking now. He 2-time defense player of the year, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I did have Rudy Gobert in the middle. Shit, we love Mr. Robinson. Why the hell you all love Rudy Gobert? This motherfucker, he changed the game down there. I think what they gonna do though, but think about it, that's what I'm trying to say. His money leave, that's about $40 million. Randall's money leave, that's $30 million. And
that's what I'm talking about.
$8 million right there for them dudes. You could go get 3 players to put with fucking Anthony Edwards. So I see why they did it. You know what? I'm glad they did it though. I ain't fucking mad. I'm glad. We got called up in New York, and we don't hear no more Call Let Me Tell talk up in this piece.
No.
Yo, the best way to do it is in just go out there and play to your skill set. That's why, like Star Powell said, I wasn't worried about the Mikal Bridges, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Mikal suck. No, he don't. His numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. This man is legit. He don't. But as soon as he get here, start having a bad couple of games. Oh, he suck. No, he don't.
That's because everybody expects everybody to score 25 on our team. Every single player, every starter. That's not how it works.
Nah, they're too talented.
Yeah, they're going to spread it out. They need to spread it out. He didn't come here to be a number 1, 2, or even 3.
Yeah, for real. It showed the proof last night, though. Jalen Brunson why did Jalen Brunson had to have a popper last night, Jay Choldon? Because Mikal and Towns had a popper.
That's right.
They didn't need his numbers. It ain't going to be one night with Towns and Anunoby, or Anunoby and Brunson got a popper. They might not need Towns numbers that night from an offense standpoint. So that's how legit the team is. This was scary about this team to me.
It could be Hart and Deuce.
Yep. Tell them, bro. They got a good team. Man. I was excited about the Knicks, man, because this is the first time in 20-something years to me. Not even 20 years. I'm gonna go back to the Carmelo Anthony era with them, and this is one of the best teams the Knicks had in years.
Before then. Yeah, I agree.
Years. Yeah. I'm talking about all-around talent.
Yeah, all around.
Talent. They got a good ass team, and they only getting better. I think that backup point guard position, that 2-guard spot, Deuce and Campaign know how to play basketball. Campaign is a savvy veteran, got dog in him. Go at you, ain't scared. Deuce Bride got dog in him. Shamit, when he get back, got dog in him. They go at you. They ain't scared. My man,
Precious got dog
in him. Mitchell Robinson got dog in him. They ain't backing down for nobody, bro. And that's why I like this team, man. I really do, Jay Choldon. I like him because compared to what we had the last 3 or 4 years, I like the last year team. Just the injury just killed us. I liked it last year. I thought we were going to definitely get there last year, deep. But I think Shaw Powell and Jay Choldon, I think the injury just hurt us last year. But I like this team though, Ain't nothing to be said. The Knicks better win it. They got $187 million payroll. The motherfucker better get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Shit, I was like, yo, you ain't spend all that money to be mediocre. What the hell wrong with y'all? They ain't spend that money.
Yeah.
They did not build a team to go to the second round, ladies and gentlemen. So anything other than that is a failure. And Jalen Brunson know that. Josh Hart know that. Them cats know what they came here for. And Anobi know why he's here. They ain't built this shit to go to no second round, man. We kidding ourselves.
You think they spent the summer after that, after being hobbled and making it almost to the Eastern Conference Finals by a game, hobbling to that game, not talking to each other about getting to that place the whole damn summer?
They trying to win this shit here.
Come on, man. If you can't get excited about this, they got pills for that. You got they got pills for that. You gotta go talk to your doctor. This is a hype game. Like Jalen, the Mets went out and got Soto. You got to spend to try to win. That's how it works. Love that.
Y'all heard that? What you call it? That the Knicks is not. You know what? I was reading today. The Knicks is not actively seeking trades. I don't think they need to.
Nah.
I think
there's a whole lot of hoopla out there. Moving pieces and stuff like that. There's some rumblings about the guy in the Hornets, Nick, giving up Precious, and there was a stupid thing that I seen today about getting DiVincenzo back. We would have to move Mitchell Robinson to Minnesota, and Minnesota moves some to Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee pick up that Minnesota will have to trade DiVincenzo to Milwaukee, somebody, one of those teams, and then we can acquire him. This way, it won't be that trade thing that all this other stuff that's out there, stuff like that. Right now, if you ask me, my biggest debate right now is watching Precious Achiuwa play last night next to Cat. Is if we start Cat at the starting unit, or if we keep Josh Hart in the starting unit. You know what I mean? That's one of my big things, right? That's my biggest thing from seeing Cat play so well. And he didn't have a great defensive game because of Randall explosion in the beginning. But another thing you got to watch out for, look what Tom Thibodeau did last night. We've been screaming about this how long this year. Tom Thibodeau put Jericho Sims in at the center position and left Cat become the power forward last night.
Yep.
Let that sink in, man. We've been banging that in the head. Cat need to be in the power. He played power forward last night when Sims was in there. I don't think Sims was a power forward, even though it's what's that word they call it? Positional basketball and stuff like that.
Last
night, you know what I mean? Last night they did it. You know what I mean? And so this is some of the things that Tom Thibodeau can play with a little bit with someone that he trusts. And the most fabulous thing about last night, Sims had 2 or 3 real bad games. He stunk it up. He dribbling the ball and passing backwards and turning over. He sat him down. He ain't played in 4 games, 5 games. He came out last night and played like a star. Played just like he did for us when we were substituting him and Cat out at the break. So I just like what Tom Thibodeau, and I think the team likes how the rotations are going right now, because last night Tom Thibodeau, aside from he played a 9-10-man rotation without playing, not even talking about the Daddy A's and Tyler's and all those other guys. He played a 10-man rotation last night. Sims, Precious, 9-man rotation. Sims, Precious, Deuce, and what's more, a solid 9-man rotation last night. Know what I mean? And the banger still for the month of December is who's going to be that small forward in the second unit for us.
I think he played 8-man rotation last night. When he played 8, it was the 5 starters. Jericho Sims.
Oh, that's right. Josh Hart was in there last night. That's right. My bag.
Yeah.
Let me bang my head right. Josh Hart wasn't playing last night.
You know what's interesting about that? I'm glad you brought that up too, because depending on how your team is, see, that was a deep team we played last night. But this is like really nothing new, man. I think a lot of people don't realize this team is Tiz do what's best for the team. That's why they are winning.
Right.
Get it? Like I said, I know some people say, well, why he don't play more? Just because you put Haka Purdy in there, just because you put Daddy and Cole, don't mean the team gonna play better. They might play worse because they're not that talented yet from an NBA level. So instead of putting them dudes in there, by blowing leads like they do every game, every time they put them young boys in there, they blow the lead. Every time. The Knicks be up 30, they'd be down to 20 before you know it. Tibbs had to call a timeout. So what I'm saying is sometimes it's better to play your other guy, your winning players. Everybody do this, ladies and gentlemen. Every coach do this. You play your best players. Don't give a fuck what you ain't tired of 40 men, not like that. You know what I mean? He got enough to maneuver these guys, you know what I mean? But I do believe not only Tibbs, every winning coach in the NBA, go look at how they play their team. Sometimes they, you play too many guys, there's no chemistry. Because he ain't get enough minutes to get loose. He didn't get enough to get warmed up, or he didn't get enough minutes to get 3 shots up to get in the rhythm. You can't just throw guys in there and expect that that's going to work. Because basketball is a game of rhythms. It's a game of rhythm.
Not a winning team.
You gotta have rhythm. You know what I mean? Because if not, then you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna take this dude out. He only had 2 shots. Y'all gonna be like, well, why he missing shots? He ain't got a rhythm. So sometimes you gotta do that. I hate to say it, but you do gotta do it. Sometimes I might have to work 18 hours that day. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I gotta do it that day because
you want the bag. Come on, you want the bag, damn it.
So sometimes you might have to work overtime. Not that you want to do it, but you gotta do it. Yeah. And sometimes you might have to play your starting 40 minutes if the talent below them is not that great. And even with that talent, they still might cause you to lose the game because they can't play no defense or they don't know the system yet. You look at Haka Purdy and a lot of these guys. I understand we like the guys' energy. They could dunk the ball, but I see them dudes get smoked all the time. I see Haka Purdy get beat all the time.
All the time. If Minnesota want Haka Purdy for DiVincenzo, well, I'll do that right now. How about that?
These guys got drafted they got drafted for a reason. They was undrafted players. Jericho Sims was 58th. They down there for a reason. And Tibbs always played these young guys, so all that's hyperbole too. Ever since Tibbs came to the New York Knicks, all these young guys got burned. The ones who deserve it. RJ got played. He played the whole. He started. And only reason my man Obi didn't get a lot because of Julius Randle, but he was the backup power forward every year he was here. Obi Toppin was the backup power forward for the Knicks the day he came into the Knicks uniform. He was the backup. Right. Grimes got burned. These guys got burned, but at the same time, they wasn't fully ready. But Tibbs played them. Mitchell Robinson came here. He played every fucking year. Tibbs played all these dudes. But if you stinking up the joint, he gonna take your ass out. That's all it goes down to. But that's a lot of hype. I don't understand that thing. Tibbs always play young players. Tibbs played Derrick Rose young. He played a lot of young players. But you also got to understand if that particular young player is not fully developed and ready, and you're not in a develop mode, you might be in a play. Like right now, the Knicks is not in a develop mode, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't the Knicks not developing no Daddy A this year. They not developing Haka Purdy. Knicks trying to win a championship.
Right. This is not a rebuild.
They are not in the development stage of this. They got a $180 million roster with a bunch of dudes making $30-40 million. Them cats will get they burned like last night, like Shot Powers. Knicks had a blowout, throw them in there. But they not here. They ain't here to develop guys this year. They might do it off in the summer and all that shit. But the New York Knicks is trying to win a ring. Go look at the Boston Celtics, ladies and gentlemen. See how many young boys play there. Go look at the Milwaukee Bucks, ladies and gentlemen. Beauchamp don't even get a lot of burn. And he
Go
nice.
Look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma Thunder play about 7 people.
Yep. Go look at all the teams who trying to win a ring. You'll see all these young dudes not getting burned, especially in the playoffs. They don't even get no run. Look at Steve Kerr. Look at Kuminga them in the playoffs last year and Pokuševski, and they don't get no burn. They don't get no burn. All the coaches do that. I just tips all of them.
A team that plays all them young people are rebuilding most of the time. Most of the time.
Facts.
OKC got blown out, but OKC is the best team in the West right now.
I thought they were gonna win. I wanted them to win that game, man. God.
Yeah, and I wanted them to win too. Me too.
Well, right now I'm glad the Thunder up on the Heat, 90-82. I was want the Heat to lose. Cleveland beat shit out of Milwaukee. But remember, Damian Lillard ain't paying that game though, neither too. So Damian Lillard's out. But I'm glad that Milwaukee lost. They 14-12. We pick up a half a game on them. And right now, the Heat 90-82, and the Heat losing to the Thunder. And I think that Jimmy Butler thing about to go another way pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's a wrap down there. I think he out of there. So anyway, I say all that to say, Shot Powers, we had some good losses on the schedule for us tonight. If the Thunder hold that lead, they up 8 on the Heat. Like I said, the Bucks lost to the Cavaliers. I really want the Cavaliers to lose, but I take the Bucks. The Bucks really close to us, but I ain't worried about that close shit.
They about to lose to them. Yep.
Yeah. So other than that, man, we just here having vibes, man. But we just want to keep it 100 over here, man. We ain't homer like that. We don't have no problem calling them up without y'all. Hear me call them out every day. You go out there and get your ass. You know you hear, but what we try to do is call it the way we see it. I call it. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I'm not trying to beat. It ain't about Mr. Know-it-all. I just call what's been done. I call it when the Knicks play a game, we call a game. Am I right or wrong, Shot Powers? Whether it's a pregame or the postgame, we call what we see in the game. And then when we talk about the other stuff that don't have nothing to do with the game, or we just try to pinpoint, it's two sides of every story. You know, and especially with all us knowledgeable fans out here in the Knicks universe. We got some knowledgeable people out in this Knicks. We are the most knowledgeable fan base in the fucking world, probably. But at the same time, we also got to call the way we see it. Call everything for what it is. You know, not what you want it to be, called for what it is. See, I ain't trying to make something that it's not. I don't do that. If we lose a game, nigga, we got to ass kick. We win the game, we did the damn thing. If the coach had to coach a bad game, I ain't got nobody telling Ted fuck that coach a bad game. But if Ted did coach a good game, give him his flowers.
Right.
You do bad, you get a penalty. You do good, you get rewarded. I call it both ways. And right now,
such is life. Such is life. And by the way, you didn't go off on how great Tibbs was after that Utah game. You didn't do it when we should have took it to the Hawks and we let Trey. I'm not even going to go there because I'm going to lose something off of it. But
and sometimes
the man's doing what we can do, man. We got a great team. We should be excited. I'm not joking about it. You should be very, very excited right now, man.
I'm here, baby. I know we go. Get that Powers.
And remember this: these games are single games. These are not games that we're playing in the playoffs and all this stuff. These are single individual games. No one's going to go 82-0. At least I've never seen that in my life. No one's going to go 82-0. These are single action games. You know what I mean? The best that you want to hope for that the Knicks stay under 30 losses this year. The wins is, the other side of what we do when we lose games. And I'm hoping that the Knicks can stay somewhere around 24, 25, 26 so I can get closer to the number that I predicted this year.
Hey, I think Knicks would be top 3. I think they'd be top 3.
I forgot what you said. I think I said.
I still think Cleveland won't stay where they at. I really believe that. Like I said, they had a pretty good schedule, ED schedule coming out the door. They had a really good under 500 schedule coming out of the door. I do believe Boston and the Knicks would be up there. And
1 and 2.
Yep, I'm with Charles. I'm with Charles Barkley. I don't even agree with Charles Barkley a lot. Like Charles Barkley said, the Knicks are the best 2 teams in the East, and I'm with Charles Barkley. Now I don't agree with him a lot of shit, but I agree with that. The New York Knicks,
I agree with that too.
Good basketball team, ladies and gentlemen. They are good, and I don't care what nobody say. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, and I deal with numbers.
Yep,
numbers don't lie. If the Knicks was 7-16, I'd say they a shitty ass team. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they ain't 7-16, so they're not a shitty team. Them numbers are 17-10, 3rd in the Eastern Conference, and we still ain't even hit our stride yet.
That's right.
That's
these
why
40 coming. We're gonna see our stride.
I don't want to hear all that nonsense about whether this. No. They got 40, 35, $30 million players in the starting lineup. They better be good.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Be good. The New York is supposed to be good. What the fuck we spend all that money for? We ain't spend all that money to be mediocre. It's crazy as hell. The Knicks they better get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Their team is that good, man. They got a legit team, dog. Word. They got a legit team, man. They got talent up and down that fucking starting lineup, and they got some solid core pieces in that second unit. That first unit. Let's get it. I'm going. Like I said, I had 55 wins at the beginning of season 9, and I ain't sticking to it. Like I said, All that stuff don't mean nothing if you don't put in all the variables. I ain't trying to hear all that. Listen, a lot of teams, there's a lot of teams out there who coaches ain't good in the play. It ain't because they can't coach, ladies and gentlemen. It's because this is the roster they got. Talent. You only win with talent. That's it. I don't care what you say. You win with talent. You got good talent, you can win games. You ain't got good talent, you ain't winning no games. Simple as that.
That's it.
Ain't all that other stuff don't even mean nothing. I don't give a nobody. You got talent, you win a game. You ain't got talent, you ain't winning. Knicks ain't had talent the last 10, 15 years, so we wasn't winning nothing. Now we got talent and we winning.
Yeah.
Tibbs the year 2 times. He won this. This dude could coach basketball, ladies and gentlemen. He know more basketball than we sleep. That's all he do. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's a winning coach. He's over 500 right now. He's one of the top 5 coaches in this league. And now it's going to be even more. He got a top 5 roster. So what do you want me to tell you?
Top 3.
That's crazy, man. To sit up there and throw a shade at that man when I don't put the variables in there.
He steal something from you? Took your girl? Something like I don't get it. What are we talking about? This guy stands up. I don't get it. Look, like I really don't understand it, man. Like what this man stands up, he plays his X's and O's, he yells at the refs, he never sits down. Like, what are we talking about? What he did something to you personally or something? Like, I don't get it. Like this guy is playing, he got paid as a top echelon coach for a reason. This don't just he not just gonna throw out the money like they got 2 teams plus 2 places to pay for. It's not gonna happen that way.
Right.
We're lucky to have a guy like this, man. Think about it. If you really think about it from when Isaiah Thomas down until right now, how blessed we are to have a coach that knows basketball.
Right.
Come on. You want me to name them? You want me to name the past? I want to see if you tell me you like them. Come on.
Hey, shout out right now. Real quick.
Familiar with Cat.
I'm gonna prove how good a good coach is. Tom Thibodeau. Put Tom Thibodeau right now on the Los Angeles Lakers instead of JJ Redick. Put Tom Thibodeau with LeBron James and Anthony Davis right now. Lakers would be top 5 easy. Just because of the coach, bro. Because JJ Redick ain't no Tom Thibodeau. He can't even hold a cup to Tom Thibodeau. Put Tom Thibodeau on any team. Put him on OKC. Put him on any team in the NBA. I bet you that team would be just as good as any fucking team out here. Any team. But they got talent. Right. Any team. They got talent. Put Tom Thibodeau on the Lakers right now with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and watch where the Lakers be. I rest my case. I rest my case. Put them on any one of these teams. There's some good young coaches out here. They ain't got no Tom Thibodeau resume. Eric Spoelstra do. Popovich do. And all guys like that, but a lot, and there's some good. Uman Doke is good. He could coach. I'm not taking that from him, but you know what? He had talent. He had Jaylen Brown. He had Jason Tatum. He had Al Horford. Of course, he's gonna be good. This is the team Uman Doke got now is good because he got a good talent. Tom Thibodeau in New York, they had good talent. He just started getting good talent. That's all I'm saying. Give him talent, and we'll show improve. But anyway, at the end of the year, we're going to show improve, Shop Power. We're going to get out of here in a minute, man. We've been on here a long time, but it's good Friday, man. I'm open, man. Knicks busted ass last night. I'm psyched. I'm giddy. They went out there and did the damn thing.
I'm giddy.
New York Knicks went out there, opened up a can of Wook ass, the burner cooking with gas, the big cat in the alley digging in your team trash. That's why I wrote it. That's how I go down. That's real. Them Knicks came out there and did the damn thing last night. Y'all should be proud of them boys last night. They went out on national television and gave it to the fucking number 4 defense in the association a week ago. They went in Madison Square Garden and get the number 3 defense in the association. Then it beat them by 40.
Yep.
They went down to Miami. Cat defense dropped 44 on them. But y'all ain't giving the Knicks their flowers. That's the problem. You know.
2 of the top number 1 teams that were tied last year, sorry for the interruption, that were tied for number 1 in the West, we beat the crap out of this year. Denver and Minnesota.
Yep.
Last year when we beat the ever-loving crap out of them.
Yep. And on the flip side, we got our ass kicked by some bum teams. Okay, shit happens.
Utah.
We got our ass kicked by some bum teams.
Yeah, Detroit.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Detroit, Utah.
and Detroit not even a bum team, to be honest with you, because they fighting for the playoffs. And that game we didn't have.
They better than they were last year. They are better than they were last year.
They're young and up and coming, I'd say. They're young and up and coming. But
that was one of the games. That was one of the games we ripped into the Knicks a little bit, because that was when all the old Knicks were there. So we ripped into them because that was a game they should have won. So I don't know. He must have missed that. I mean, there's a couple of games we went in on them, and it's not individual. We critique them. You know what I mean? You stinking up the game. You shooting 1 for 8 out here. We didn't went through all the variables with these teams and stuff like that. We did all that stuff already with this team already. So, and when they do good, we make sure we say good things about them, because the masterclass that they did last night, the way they played basketball last night was masterclass. 40, 50, 90, 40, 50, 82, 83% from your team. You shot 97 shots last night. You hit 50 shots last night. You had 40 assists last night off of the 50 made shots that you made last night. Do the math. I'm just saying.
Hey, Dave, to be honest with you, the Hawks didn't dominate the Knicks that game. They dominated the third quarter. Remember the score was, ladies and gentlemen, 108 to 100. Knicks shot 24% from the floor. They shot 23% from downtown, and they shot 60% from the floor. They did not dominate the Knicks. The Knicks just didn't have any
free throw line. Free throw.
Right. They missed shot. That wasn't no domination. And Orlando, I just think Orlando took it to him in that third quarter, like I said at the beginning of the show. The same thing. The Atlanta Hawks. The same thing Atlanta Hawks did us that third quarter. Knicks did to them last night in the second quarter. They blitzed them, and they didn't recover. Atlanta 36-18 against the Knicks in that third quarter in that game. Well, that's what the Knicks did to them guys last night in that second quarter, 41-18. They blitzed them. They shell shocked, and that's what Atlanta did to the Knicks. Because in that game they lost to Atlanta at the Garden, Knicks was dominating them dudes in the first two quarters, held them to 22 points and 23 points in the first and second quarter. They came out in that third quarter, Knicks sleeping at the wheel. They put up 36 points. But the first two quarters, Knicks dominated them boys down there. So, like I said, when we do this stuff, put the variables in there. They lose games. Even the Utah game, I get it. Walker Kessler came back after missing 6 games in a row, and they lost like 5 or 6 games because he wasn't there. And he had a defense present inside that paint. And I think we was missing either Deuce Brother campaign and my man Clown Saxon ran them up that night. And John Collins had it popping. Shit happens. They got their ass kicked, but there's only that third quarter. So, and like I said, the game the Knicks lost this year, ladies and gentlemen, look at what happened in the game. Look what they lost, by how they lost, who was there, who was not there. That's why, like I said, we beat the Atlanta Magic, but I ain't not giving the Knicks full credit for beating the Atlanta Magic. They didn't have Pablo Banchero out there. They didn't have Wagner out there that day. So I get Wagner. I meant to say I get Knicks credit for beating them. They should have beat them, and they did what they had to do. You're supposed to beat Orlando Magic the other night because they ain't got 2 of their best players. You're supposed to beat them. So, and that's what we do. We beat the team we're supposed to beat. And we also battle a lot of teams, but y'all can't say the Knicks ain't whipping no good team's ass. Like I said, they smashed Denver in Denver. Same shit we did to Minnesota last night, we did to Denver. 145 to 111. Only person was missing was Aaron Gordon. Okay, y'all missing Aaron Gordon. We missing Damn Achua, and Mitchell Robinson. So I don't, you play who in front of you, and you beat who in front of you, or you lose who in front of you. I don't make no excuse about the Knicks. You have a bad game that night, you get your ass whipped. That's the way basketball go. If the Knicks don't bring their A game, somebody gonna beat them.
If the Knicks Gordon, they weren't missing Joker, they weren't missing Murray, or they weren't missing. It was Gordon.
Exactly, and Gordon ain't no superstar. Yeah, he's part of the Gordon is he just as important to them and just as much as Mitchell Robinson important to us.
Or Josh Hart.
Right. Agreed. And why we lost to some bad teams, I really believe that in when you have a team that is an upper echelon team, a lot of times you take people for granted, or you might take your foot off the gas a little bit. People who make the NBA for a reason.
Facts.
Only 3%, maybe 5%, the tops
Hey, I'm going to chat tonight. Hold up. I'm going to chat tonight. I'm going to chat tonight. Nick 100, you cannot be serious. Listen with Nick 100. You said nobody on our team is equivalent to Aaron Gordon. What? Did you see that chat, right? Nick 100, come on now. Aaron Gordon is not he's not an all-star player. How many all-stars Aaron Gordon made?
Wow.
He's an athletic dude who can dunk the basketball.
Wow.
His three-point shot ain't good.
Is it 420?
You serious?
What's happening right now?
Come on, Nick 100. I know you better than that, bro. Real talk. I know you better than that. Aaron Gordon is not that type, dude. He ain't that type, dude. He's a key piece. He ain't better than he definitely ain't better than Michael Porter Jr. He ain't better than Jamal Murray. He ain't got a bag like that. He could dunk. He get on a fast break. He got a little power game. No. He ain't better than Mikal Bridges.
Exactly what you said. OG would have had him locked down anyway.
Damn sure ain't better than no cat. Nah. I ain't going with that one, Nick. And I love you, my brother, because you drop some real good juice up in there. But
Divine, you know what I think you was trying to say, Divine? I think you was trying to say that we don't have a player missing.
That is good. Yeah, that's exactly what he was saying.
Gordon.
No, but my bad. Yeah. Okay, I'll take all that back. But here's my point, though. It's not about is the player better than the player. It's about what he do for the team. It's not about, so you can't say because like the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, they gonna no. It's what the player do for the team. What Mitchell Robinson do for this team make Knicks a better team. Right. What Aaron Gordon do for them make them a better team. But Mitchell Robinson is way more important for the Knicks than Aaron Gordon is for them because they got guys who could substitute for Aaron Gordon. They got Jamal Murray. They got Michael Porter Jr. They got Russell Westbrook. They got guys without him they still can get to the finals. I think without Mitchell Robinson it'd be harder for the Knicks, not the player, this player, or I'm not judging player by player. What does it mean to the team? Mitchell Robinson means a lot to the New York Knicks because of what he do to help Tom Thibodeau defense be a better defensive team in the NBA. That's what it's about. It ain't about the player. So I take all that back. My bad. I really do. I apologize. I misread your quote, Nick 100. I thought you were saying that nobody on that team is better than like Aaron Gordon. So I apologize for that, my brother. Real talk. But anyway, Shaw Powers, Mitchell Robinson is not better than Bonchero. What it does, though, Mitchell Robinson makes the Knicks team better because of what he does on the defense side of the ball, his rebounding, his point presence makes the Knicks a better rebounding, a better defensive team. Why we are better in defense right now, Shaw Powers? Pressure Chu is back, and they rebounding the basketball, and they got defenders there. So I think that's what I'm trying to say with this, the Knicks. When they get them guys back like that, watch this team, man. That's all I'm saying. It's that simple. Knicks, Eastern Conference Final bust. They should have been there last year. Injuries derailed us. They'll be there this year. If the Knicks don't be injured, I guarantee you Jalen Brunson get the Knicks to a championship one day. In the next couple of years, I guarantee you Jalen Brunson. This squad they assembled right now, Shaw Powers. I'm going to get up out here and let y'all get it. I know I'm over talking, but I know I'm just keeping it 100. The team they assemble right now is the team that Boston assembled. So give the Knicks a couple of years like the Boston did their team.
Facts.
You got to give the Knicks a couple of years to get to like Milwaukee did it with Chris Middleton and Giannis. They took them years to get to there, but they did assemble the core team to get them to them stages, and they did it. They drafted Giannis and Chris Middleton. You notice every year they got better. They started adding more pieces with them. They brought in Drew Holiday. They did that, and they got to where they wanted to go.
Bobby Portis.
Right. And now the Knicks did it. They got Jalen Brunson. They brought him and Randall. Now they brought in a couple of pieces to get them better, right? So now we got better. So now they feel like they got a team they assembled that can compete. And I really believe they're gonna go out there and make shit happen. I like this team. I trust. I believe in them. I think they talented. We got two all NBA players on that team. You can put the Knicks up against anybody in the NBA. I think they could beat them, and I know they can also lose. That don't mean they're gonna beat everybody, but like I say, they could beat anybody, but don't mean they're gonna beat everybody. But this team is dangerous in a 6 and 7 game series, ladies and gentlemen, because their offense is too prolific. Got a prolific offense, and not a lot of people in the NBA these days play defense. So now you see where I'm getting at. You run up against a team who don't got a good defense, Knicks gonna smoke them. And if you do run up against a team with a good defense and their offense ain't good, the Knicks gonna still smoke them because we got it on both sides of the ball, just like Boston. Boston
played one last night. They're the third best defense.
Right, exactly. Third, fourth best defense. We spoke 2 of them in a row. 2 of them in a row.
That's how TNT even said it. TNT even said tonight's game is about the second or third best offense versus the third best defense. That's how they opened up. Yo.
Hey, Chris, thanks for that, Chris. Chris, I'm glad you put that. Chris said we had injuries from Philly that cost us the series in Indy. Hey, Chris, I've been trying to. You cannot overstate that enough, ladies and gentlemen. If the Knicks wasn't injured against the Atlanta, the Indiana Pacers,
right, and beat is a killer.
Smoke them dudes, man. Come on, you can't lose Mitchell, All-Star Julius Randle, All-Star player, 25 and 11, whatever, and lose the guy and Anunoby. You see what he did last night, and I'm gonna tell you why he would have beat him, because he would have put that on Siakam out that night. See what I'm saying, Shot Powers? If Anunoby wouldn't have got hurt in that Indiana series, Siakam wouldn't have got that off. Look what Indiana 13 and 15, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't too different, even though they missing their big men, Isaiah Jackson and Wiseman. But Wiseman won there last year. But ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks lost half of their starting roster yesterday against them. And like I said, DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, that was our bench firepower. And they had to play in the starting lineup because we didn't have our other guys. So our bench got weaker. That team was loaded last year. The Knicks definitely would have got to the Eastern Conference Finals against Boston. No question about it. Indiana nice, but that wasn't their turn. It ain't their turn. It wasn't their turn. They just happened to get there. Look what happened when Atlanta got there against the Knicks that year. They went to the Eastern Conference Final. They ain't did nothing since. Because they just happened they caught lightning in the bottle, and that's what happened last year. A lot of people was injured last year. The Miami's was injured. That's why they ascended that high. But now look at where they at now, and a lot of other teams are healthy. Look where Miami at. Look where Milwaukee at. Look what Orlando and them at. Because last year, a lot of them teams rolled above that frame because even the Knicks had a pretty good run last year because a lot of other teams in the East was injured too. But we were probably one of the most decimated teams in the NBA last year, matter of fact. Mitchell Robinson only played 29 games. Randall only played half a season. A lot of shit played into why the Knicks could even been better. They still won 50 games. So that's all I'm saying. And them the numbers right there. But I don't hear all that other stuff about them other teams. And I'm like, they ain't had nothing for us. Hartenstein, as much as we love Hartenstein, Miles Turner ate him up. Ate him and Jericho Sims up last year in the playoffs. Ate him up. I mean, Miles Turner acting like he would look like Shaq on them dudes last year. So not this year. Mitchell Robinson, that shit wouldn't happen. I can tell you that right now for sure. So let's see how it goes, man. But listen, y'all give me some thoughts, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We can do this all night. I just want to get in, but we will be on the mall, ladies and gentlemen. New York Knicks will be in New Orleans. Their team is pretty healthy. Are they getting guys back? Jay Chosen.
Yeah, they do. They do. They're looking all right.
I
ain't worried about it though. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, me neither. I think we go down there and do the damn thing. We talk about it on the pregame tomorrow, but I think this team is rounding the form. I think that game against Orlando really was a pivotal point for the Knicks because to playing a game like that where it was just grit basketball, bow, 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 punching each other up type of basketball, and we came out on top the way we did. And even though Orlando didn't have a superstar, we did what we had to do, and our defense came to play. So I'm happy. And our defense is number 3 in the association in December, ladies and gentlemen. Number three. And that's where it goes, man. And that's crazy. But anyway, I ain't trying to, I get where you guys going, but I still don't think y'all underestimating what the Knicks had last year and what they didn't have. And I just think that's crazy to think that a talented team like that missing them many guns. Oh, you could miss 1 or 2. Look what you missing guns like that, man. You missing down there 30 rebounds, and granted, DiVincenzo came in and helped him out, and Josh Hart came in and helped him out in that starting lineup. But you still was missing Randall in the numbers. You still was missing Mitchell Robinson numbers. You still was missing Bogdan numbers. You still was missing Anunoby numbers. Look what Anunoby did last night. Look what he did in the Philadelphia series when he got injured in the Philly series. I don't think Indiana was better than beating them and maxing them. I don't think that Indiana team was better than Philly. So I totally disagree. Y'all can say
not. No way.
Yeah, no. Indiana caught lightning in the bottle last year, just like the Hawks did in 2021, and that's all it was. They caught us. We took them through 7 games, 7-game series without all them players, and we still took them 7 games
with 6 players.
Yeah, with 6 players. I don't give about no Ben Mathurin. He wasn't making a difference in that series. If Julius Randle and all the rest of them dudes were there, we took them through 7 games with a decimated roster.
And the players on the court were hurt.
Right. Yeah, Josh Hart. Josh Hart and Brunson.
And Brunson had a broken foot, damn near, and some other shit with his knee. And Hart was hurt everywhere, getting 12 rebounds a game. Come on, man. We had and they played. Look, DiVincenzo would score like 40 in one night. I mean, Josh Hart would score 20 and 20 in one night. They went nuts. That's last year. Look at what we got now.
That's crazy.
And if they make it, look, I don't think they're gonna make moves. I really don't. But
I don't think either. I don't think so.
But if somebody comes calling for Mitch and it's respectable, I don't like that Mitch for DiVincenzo. And I look, I love DiVincenzo. Do I think he makes our bench better? Yes, he does make our bench better.
Yeah.
But I think the size-wise, we're looking for a big man back. And unless they're willing to take, Hakaporti and a future second rounder, then I'm good. But we need somebody big who could block the ball and rebound. And I love Debo. He's my paisan. But you don't trade a 7-footer for a 6'4" player, whatever. We have enough shooters right now. He does make the bench better, for sure. But unless you're going to get me, you package Mitch with something small and you get a decent big man, I don't think we're doing nothing. We look good.
I don't think why the Knicks going to do nothing. They don't want to break up the continuity. Mitchell Robinson knows how the Knicks play. You bring a new guy in here, he got to learn the system. That's crazy. Mitchell Robinson know how the Knicks play. He been playing in the system for 6 years. So if we do make a trade, I'm just reading. I don't think from what I hear out there, and I don't blame the Knicks, I wouldn't trade nobody neither. Go in there with this roster, bro. This roster is lit. I'm gonna tell you, like I said, when Mitchell Robinson come back at the 5, Precious Chua at the 4, Shamet, Deuce McBride, and Carl and Campaign and that is a legit stacking unit in the NBA. 3 knockdown 40% shooters, 2 defense rebounders, and they coming in for that starting lineup. That's 10 solid, dude. You don't even need to mess with that. I don't think the Knicks gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna.
I don't think so either. And I think they're gonna start doing this thing with Precious starting and switching with teams depending on the team. With Hart playing on the bench and Precious starting on big guys.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they do it, but I think sometimes continuity is important. And like I said, I think we just spoke about it earlier. Boston and their squad. That's why they brought back Luke Cornett and all these guys. They bring back guys who are familiar with their system.
Yep.
Listen, you can say what you want about this, but when that dude is on the court, like Mike Bream said, like Clyde said, like any other NBA professional who knows NBA basketball, they would tell you, not us, but we see it too. When Mitchell Robinson is in a basketball game for the New York Knicks, he changes the game. That's facts. I don't care how good you think he might not be. It ain't about it's what he do for the Knicks. When Mitchell Robinson is in that interior, he's the Walker Kessler of the New York Knicks.
He said it that night that you couldn't find him on MSG shot. He said that night that we also have a beast, one of the most prolific offensive rebounders in the game, he called him, and a beast. I do agree with you. I think he's our Walker Kessler.
This is what I'm trying to say, though. Now you ask him to not even be a starter. Now he even going to be catching more havoc. He going to be wreaking more havoc because now he's not even playing against the starting centers in the league. Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench against second-year dudes, backup guys. Backup guys who just second years. Who's second stringers. Mitchell Robinson started for the Knicks.
What you meant. I know what you meant. Yeah.
Listen, what Mike Bream said in that show, Mike Bream been saying that for the last 5 years. This ain't new. See,
this ain't new.
They've been Clyde Frazier said this since 1980 to 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got a tree in the front of a sidewalk, your ass gonna walk around it. You ain't walking into it. If you got a
drinking,
car,
unless you're
if
drinking,
you got a car sitting in front of the, if you got a car that broke down in a highway, you gonna go around the car. You ain't going into the car. That's all Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, Walker Kessler, and guys like that, they anchor the defense. So when they come in there with that BS, they there to alter that shit. Now with Mitchell Robinson, ain't never played with a team like this. Think about this here. Mitchell Robinson ain't never played with a. He played with Randall. He played with Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, ladies and gentlemen. Mitchell Robinson played with who? Name a defense player that Mitchell Robinson played with since he's been a Knicks that can get down like Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Name them. Since he's been here. That's the point of having now. You got some two wing defenders who going to slow you down out there and they ain't going to allow you just to walk down there. And when you do get down there, guess who down there? Whether he blocked the shot, alter the shot, it don't matter. Watch the New York, just like Preston Chua. Prime example. Preston Chua came back, Knicks defense got better because they got another big body to alter all that crazy shit that's going down there. They, Gerald Sims tried. He did a good job, somewhat. But shit, Gerald Sims ain't no Mitchell Robinson, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah. He gonna be waving that towel so he comes back.
Mitchell Robinson is a great player. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, like I said earlier, is what he do for the Knicks. We keep talking about Knicks need size. Knicks missing size. Well, Mitchell Robinson is size. So what do you want me to tell you? Let's get it, man. Real talk, man. I don't care. I don't care if Mitch don't play until he get to the playoffs. Yeah, nobody was saying Mitch was garbage when he shut them damn Cleveland boys down in the first round a couple of years ago. Dominated Jared Allen. Them. He literally took the boys out of the game. Took him out the game, bro. And look what he did with Embiid last year in the playoffs. He made it harder on Embiid, even though he makes his length, his athleticism. He's a big 7-foot dude with a 7'4" wingspan who can jump, by the way. So he's everything on defense that Cat is not. Cat defense ain't nothing like Mitchell Robinson. Think about this here. Cat defense is nowhere near Mitchell Robinson defense.
Not even in the same stratosphere, bro. Not even in the same.
Oh, that's saying something, man.
Not even close.
Now that ain't the past, my brother. That's real talk. Last year, Mitch played in the playoffs, and when he went down, Knicks didn't win the next series. Mitch helped win that series against the Philadelphia 76ers, and Anunoby went down. And he went down. Let them Knicks miss a shot on the glass. And what do Mitchell Robinson do? Shaw Powell and Jay Chosen. He cleans up the glass.
Gobbles.
Give me. That's defense. That's defense. Mitchell Robinson is a defense, offense. That's defense, ladies and gentlemen. It stops the other team from getting the ball. What better defense you can have than rebounding? Because you don't get the ball. Mitchell Robinson stops other teams from getting the basketball. If Mikal ain't got a good game or a Hart misses a shot, you best believe Mitchell Robinson can clean the shit up off the glass and give him another possession. He
definitely got cleanup man, like our man Chris is saying. He definitely got cleanup man. And you know what? The best part is now we don't need to rely on him. He don't need to play consecutive minutes, right, which is why he is broken and glass, like they're saying. I usually never watch the comments, but today I'm watching. This shit is funny as hell because I'm not joking. If you cannot get up for what we're doing right now, that's a problem. This is a super duper exciting ass team.
Yeah, man, this is crazy.
Or you got to be like 21 or 3, something like that, because you got to be. This is serious, man. We got a great team. Yeah, look, Mitch's defense when he is on, I'm not going to play with you. His defense and his rebounding is the opposite to like what Cat's offense is. When he's on, that's why we need somebody like that. He cleans up the glass and he lets the rest of them go to work. He don't even care about shooting. Give me the ball, give it to somebody else. Give it the ball, give it to somebody else.
Hey, check it out. Hey, Shaw Powell, you remember when we had Kemba Walker and Fournier and Randall and like none of these dudes play defense. You know what I'm saying? Now you about to put
Payton.
Did you guys see what Anunoby and Mikal did to Julius Randle and them dudes last night?
Anthony Edwards got shut down.
Yo, did you see what them dudes did to Anthony Edwards and what they did to Mikal last night? I mean, what they did to Randle in the second half. Can you only imagine when you got Mitchell Robinson back there helping them with that? The Knicks say, I'm going to get Cat a breather. Cat go sit down, and Mitch come in for him. Now you got Cat, Anunoby, and Randall. And Deuce and Bride coming off the bench with them. You got 5 dudes literally can get down on defense. You got wing defenders, and you got an anchor in the backfield. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? And they all can play back. They all can play. So I don't forget all that crazy stuff, man. Let's bear witness to this here. If the Knicks didn't think Mitchell Robinson meant a lot to that team, Shaw Powell, they wouldn't have signed him. Am I right or wrong? They wouldn't have signed him. If the Knicks felt like Mitchell Robinson wasn't a part of this core, but nobody want to get injured, man. The only thing y'all really can knock Mitchell Robinson for, he can't stay healthy, and that's not like the man want to be injured. You know what I mean? He got a frail body. The God or whoever, his parents didn't bless him with strong ankles. I mean, you can't hold people. Shit, Anthony Davis like that his whole career. Sometimes people get injured because their bodies is not good. They're just not strong enough, and he got
enough milk.
Yeah, some people they bodies built certain ways. Some people can't take it. But I tell you what, though, when he do play for the Knicks, that year he played 72 games, Knicks was dominant. They had a good season. That's the year he played against Jared Allen. Them he was healthy, and look at what he did. You know what I mean? So I don't bear with that because the same people you talking about getting rid of Rich for all these years, he ain't gone nowhere, and Mitch done been here, and Knicks done been to the playoffs 3 times with him. Unfortunately, the injuries caught up to him, but he's still been here. See, how many Knicks have been in Knicks history other than how many Knicks have been to the playoffs more than Mitchell Robinson? Tyson Chandler, probably. Shit, Mitch been to the playoffs. Ain't too many guys been to the playoffs like Mitch been here. I'm not saying he's the reason why, but for all that, he still made the playoffs. He still was on teams. I mean, he was on mediocre teams that made the playoffs. So
that's a good point. What Chris just said too. He's also in that circle of
trust.
Circle of trust, boy, for real.
But he's in.
That's for real.
But when he healthy, he is Tom Thibodeau, Joakim Noah. That's all to it.
Yep,
that's all to it. He is Tibbs' guy. He's the New York Knicks. He is Tom Thibodeau, Joakim Noah. They don't got no offense, but he could block shots. He could play defense. Joakim Noah,
like Kessler.
Yeah. You don't need to be an offense threat because we got too much offense already. You don't need him to be, but he's a lob threat. I think him under the Jalen Brunson year be better because I think Jalen Brunson started to pass more this year too. So now Mitch with Jalen Brunson throwing us distribute the ball more, you might see Mitch over the top a lot more because now my man Jalen Brunson is giving up the ball a lot to a lot of these guys. Now, just like he threw it over the top to Simmons, he threw it over the top to Chua. Now you might see Jalen Brunson on a pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson. Shit might be scary.
And you know what we're not saying too, Devon? Mm-hmm. Because he knows the system and Cat draws people out, right? They're not going to, the big man is not going to know which person to play, and he sets picks. He sets the pick like this, hard picks. So you're going to have people getting drawn out to the 3, to the key, and you're also going to have, and that's what happened last night, by the way. We didn't even talk about that. Remember what we talked about? Getting drawn out and having that middle wide open? That's exactly what happened. If you have a Mitch on the team and you have that same type of thing happening, I would bring the guy out. Then I would let Mitch get in and clean up the glass and give it up to whoever. I'm telling you right now. But I only brought that up, the Mitch thing, because we're playing with these people and we forget we still got a shot blocking rebounder in the garage getting tuned up.
That's all I'm saying.
Getting his wheels twisted. Getting that engine fixed. And if he's not here, he's not here. You know, if he's here, he's here. He's going to do something for us. Promise you that.
Yep. I'm going to tell you something right now. That if even the Mitch trade Mitch Rod, that's fine. But let me tell you something right now. Jericho Sims and Haka Purdy ain't no Mitchell Robinson. And if anybody thinks combined, ain't no Mitchell Robinson. Not what he do for the Knicks. Jericho Sims getting better, but he ain't no Mitchell Robinson. Haka Purdy, he got something to prove. He just got here. I get it. His defense is shabby. That's why he don't play a lot. Them motherfuckers ain't no Mitchell Robinson. Come on. Y'all can't. I don't care if you hate Mitchell Robinson or not, whether you like him or not. They ain't no Mitchell Robinson. The way he impact the Knicks team. Let's have some real conversation up in here, man. Let's see how it goes, y'all. Power. We know we speaking. We want to get back. You'll see. I'm standing on business because I tell you what. ain't shit I ain't talked about since the season started. Ain't kind of reality. Ain't like I'm spitting hyperbole. I don't spit hyperbole. Everything I spit, I could back it up by what happened with the numbers and what happened with the team and what the team did. My shit, I ain't in here spitting no hyperbole. Never spit hyperbole. I deal with facts. I deal with the numbers, and I deal with the eye test.
This ain't called Knicks hyperbole talk.
This
Come on, man. This ain't called Knicks hyperbole talk. Come on.
This is real, man.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to wrap this one up.
Yeah, speaking of which, hope you all press like. It's for free. You know, you got your little press like and whatever dance.
Yep. Yeah, get your thoughts in, man. I know I'm rubbing that, but I'm loving it, man. Like I said, Knicks is winning. Ain't no need to be shooting no hyperbole, but Knicks is winning. 17-10, third in the Eastern Conference. You trying to hear all that? Come on.
That's a fact.
Trying to hear all that, man.
I'm real quick with it, man. Jay Chosen, thank you for coming. I don't even know why I'm saying thank you. I'm gonna hit you up. Though, if not tonight, because I'm about to. My eyes is almost touching my other side. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. I got your math and stuff. You know what I mean? Divine, I'll holler at you tomorrow. We'll get together and talk about, you know, before we get on tomorrow. And salute to the chat. One big thing, salute to Gunsmoke and E. Gonzalez. Thank you for coming in. I haven't seen y'all guys' names in here often. Thank you. Please hit the like buttons. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe so you can come back and hear some more of Knicks Real Talk. And we'll be on tomorrow for the pregame. Come check us out. Let's get it.
Tomorrow they play at 8 o'clock. Then we'll be on probably
6:45.
6:45. Yeah, 6:45.
Right.
And listen, man, this is just you know what? It's one of them nights. We already know what the Knicks did. We just want to keep the energy, keep the Knicks spirit alive, man. You know, we've been down a long time, ladies and gentlemen. We really have. Man. We've been in the doldrums as Knicks fans for a while, and it just feels good to see that we got a good product. I just think we should reward the product. You know, real recognize real. You know, if the Knicks stink, they stink. But when they win and give them flowers, the Knicks stunk up for 8 years. We was dogging Knicks with Derek Fisher and all these guys. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So now they winning. Show them some love, man. I wanted a championship in New York. I don't care about nothing else. Before I leave this planet, I want to see my boys win one. And I think they're in a good position to win one. So I'm going to try to root these cats on, Jay Chosen. They got a good chance of getting there in the next couple of years. And I think they got a good chance this year. But all depends. You never know what happens in the NBA. You know what I mean? Some people do this, some people do that. Right now, we got a solid team. And I think we could do some damage in the playoffs. And I think we did it.
Man.
You know, we'll see it is. But I'll holler at your man, Jay Chosen. We get out of here and let the chat.
Listen, man. Look, man, I'm feeling high coming off of that thing. I'm real proud of what Cat did. It showed me who he was. I'm proud of how our captain is settling into that captain chair. And look, Mikhail is definitely showing us why we brought him over here. OG, our bench is solid. We're still waiting on the Cadillac in the garage. Hopefully he gets tuned up. It's an old Cadillac, but they tune them ankles up. He'll be fine. Shamet coming back. Let's just say this. If you're not hyped right now, being a New York Knicks fan, you better go see your doctor and get some pills, because right now should be the time that you are all the way up right now. Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks, man. We get it tomorrow, man. Listen, we be in tomorrow. You know, the recap, man. Knicks went down to Minnesota last night, gave them the business. Great all-around game from the team. The whole team played well, tipped, coached well. There were just a lot of good things happened last night. I'm proud of. Anunoby defense on there, 2 stars. Mikal Bridges in his bag, Cat in his bag. Brunson didn't even have to play the game totally. Sat out for 27 minutes, still went up. Knicks went up. Just Deuce and Pride did the damn thing. Campaign did the damn thing. It's a lot of good. Chua came and got Josh Hart numbers last night. That's what it's supposed to be about. You know what I mean? And I think they did a good job last night, man. So I'm just hoping that tomorrow we got a tougher game when we talk about it. But until then, peace. Y'all know how we do it here, man. Some nights we rowdy, some nights we just, you know, whatever. But tonight, you know, the conversation was good. It was deep from our perspective anyway. You know, I just feel like we got to ride this thing out, man. Let's get it. Until then, SP, JC.
You're ready.
Let's get it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all know it's all love up in here. It's always love. Nothing else, nothing less. Opinions matter. Everybody got different opinions, but nobody's wrong and nobody's right. But, you know, like I said, you know, we up in here, man. We just try to keep it 100. Keep it 100. You know, we try to deal with the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. But that don't mean we always right. We ain't always trying to be right. But if the Knicks win, I'm giving them their flowers. If the Knicks lose, I'm gonna get in their ass. Just like I do my children. You do good, I reward you. You do wrong, I'm getting in your ass. Peace.
Same I do with my kids. Same I do with my kids.
Yeah, we do.
Hey.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts. And plus we up in these hats. It's Knicks real talking, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Knick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-bars. Cause no matter how far the stars, we see y'all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knock a down shot. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The Cat Lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and trains and planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Knicks real talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Knicks real talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Knicks shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride.